Alright, what's up, everyone? Welcome into the stream, to the podcast, Great Nimbus Debates, where we debate Dragon Ball stuff. The vague and not so vague things in Dragon Ball. So without further ado, let's get into it. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. So, let's play some tunes. We got the tunes on. Alright, we're chilling. Neji for reals with the dope gaming and anime music remixes, the beats. Alright, so intros. Plug your socials, any new announcements, videos, streams coming up, and what is your favorite canceled Dragon Ball character who you don't see that Toriyama probably forgot about? Let's see. So, I'm Squall Rush, the host of the podcast, gamer, podcaster, anime enjoyer. Hit the link tree if you want to follow my other platforms. Hit the Buy Me a Coffee account just in case there's no donate button from wherever you're watching from. What else? I'm about to make some new Pokemon TCG Pocket Deck videos, so be on the lookout for that. I did just post a Heatmore and Typhlosion video a couple days ago. Everybody loves Typhlosion, so who doesn't like a Typhlosion deck, you know? Typhlosion's one of the GOAT Pokemon starters, can't lie. But probably for alligators, probably cooler, not gonna lie. But Typhlosion's still cool. But I got some more decks coming out, so be on the lookout for that. Tomorrow is the Brawlhalla stream, so if you followed me for Brawlhalla, be on the lookout for that. And that favorite canceled Dragon Ball character, I'm gonna have to go with Launch, because she was a baddie. Alright, 7 Ninja, take it away. Then Secret Cold Sauce, and then Brock.
The Ninja. You can find me at Games Melee and Rumble. It should lead you right back to my Rumble channel. I'm a ninja connoisseur, anime connoisseur, all that good stuff. And my favorite has to be that robot Frankenstein monster kind of guy who told Goku not to kill, or had him
Android
not.
8.
Yeah, him.
Pretty sure you died.
Is that it? Is it me? Is it me now?
Yep. Looks like it.
What's up, everybody? I'm Secret Cold Sauce. You can find me here at the Great Nimbus Debates. You could also watch me stream Rematch at 7 o'clock p.m. Central on weekdays, because I'm gonna start doing that now for about an hour after work every day.
Oh shit.
Yep, because I do it every day anyway, so
on what platform? You said Twitch?
Yeah, it's gonna be on Twitch.
And what's your name on Twitch?
Is it just Secret Cold Sauce?
Yeah. Is that a
Pretty
question?
sure.
What do you mean?
I'm asking you. I'm pretty sure it's. I'm pretty sure it's Secret Cold Sauce.
You're supposed to know that when you shout yourself out.
If you're the first fan who figures out my Twitch name gets $3 sent to their Cash App.
Alright, go find out Secret Cold Sauce's Twitch name and then tell it to him. Say in the chat and you get $3 from Secret Cold Sauce. Alright. Brockstrap.
I'm Brockstrap55. You can find me primarily on Rumble. I'm also on YouTube and sometimes Twitch, sometimes Facebook, but mostly just Rumble. So if you're gonna catch me anywhere, that would be the place. And
oh yeah, Hunter, who's your favorite canceled character?
Oh, that's right. That's right. My favorite canceled character, man. Like, a big part of me wants to say Dragon Ball Z Broly, but if I'm being more honest with myself, I really wanted to see 17 come back more than anybody. But he kind of did come back, so I can't say him either. But like, why we never wished back Raditz and Nappa, man? Like, that's mine. Raditz and Nappa. Yep.
All right.
We should have had Raditz and Nappa at the fucking Tournament of Power before motherfucking Tien and Master Roshi.
They trained with the Tien trained with King Kai, so he's definitely stronger than Raditz and Nappa by now.
Bro, think about it. They could have been brought Raditz and Nappa back and have them be like have Raditz and Nappa float around with like Piccolo and Gohan power level.
I mean, I don't think they'd be useless in the Tournament of Power. I just don't think they'd be as strong as Tien.
No, I don't mean bring them back like a few days before like they did with Frieza. I'm talking about if they had brought them back.
Oh. What would be the reason for bringing them back? Oh yeah. All right, Brock. Ooh, sorry, Brock. Taking up your time.
Brock, Strapper. Dang, Swall. Wow, you just sidelined him that hard. He just disappeared on us. Wow.
Baraka,
Oh, I mean, if you could see my webcam, my mouth would have been moving, but I would have been told I was muted. Yeah, just Brockshot55 anywhere you can find me. A person that Toriyama forgot about. My biggest deal is it's not that he forgot about it necessarily, but I feel like we've been blue-balled with anything new that Boo could take care of. Because Boo was like supposed to be the biggest and baddest of all of them, right? Like when Frieza popped up, he was like, "Oh, I was told never to fight Lord Beerus or Boo," and so Boo is recognized through the universe as some kind of big terror, and he's not being utilized whatsoever. So not necessarily a forgotten character, but definitely an underused / just kind of now Hercule sidekick character, more or less.
I love where you went with that. That is an excellent answer.
What's up, Killer Songs? Welcome in. Alrighty, make sure y'all hit them with some follows, and we will start into first segment. Alright, welcome back everyone, welcome back. Alright, so I was looking up some debate ideas online. I think I found a good one. It's gonna be a Beerus debate topic. Who do we think... It's gonna be like a two-part segment. So the first part is Jiren versus Beerus in a fight. Not a fight to a death, no Hakai, because like we know, just like Beerus just claps anybody with Hakai, no problems whatsoever. Just a regular schmegler fight. Who would win between Jiren and Beerus? Let's see. I think we started with Brock Strap last.
Brock Strap's
so Brock
first.
Strap goes first.
Who do I think would win in a fight between Beerus and Jiren? Jiren definitely held back in the Tournament of Power, strictly because of the no-kill rule. But at the very, very end, it's almost like he threw that away and tried taking out Universe 7. And Goku and the Master Ultra Instinct still was able to save them in that state that he hadn't perfected. With Beerus being the quote-unquote strongest of all the different universal gods of destruction, and still being at a higher level than Goku at that time, I believe, based off of all of those three things together, I think Beerus would definitely win. Because again, I think that blast that Jiren sent towards Universe 7 was a kill shot, and it got blocked by Goku. So, just those three things. I don't have any hard evidence or any like numbers that would say otherwise. I'm just going based off of those three things in that order, in order to come to that conclusion.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to completely agree with Brock Strap on everything he said. I mean, Beerus, look, at the end of the day, when we saw Jiren and Goku 1v1 and Goku was at his peak with this Ultra Instinct transformation, bro, they were going toe to toe. I mean, that fight could have gone either way whenever Goku was like that. And to me, and I mean, this can only really come from opinions. We really ain't seen Beerus ever get pushed, but I don't think that Goku in that Ultra Instinct form could beat Beerus. So obviously, I don't think that Jiren could beat Beerus.
Okay. Seven Ninja.
I mean, I'll just go ahead and rehash what they said. I mean, really, I don't. We know Beerus is the goalpost mover. He has not stopped moving the goalpost. So I don't think that's going to change. I don't think that's ever going to change. Because really, I mean, we know Goku would keep training anyway, but like, you know, if Beerus were ever to be beat by Goku, like in theory, according to Beerus, he would stop training altogether. Would stop getting stronger altogether, and that's not something Beerus wants him to do. So, or how Dragon Ball itself wants it to happen. So I feel like Beerus is going to topple Jiren without question. He already got beat by a weakened Goku, Frieza, in 17. They're not. He's not toppling Beerus. That's not happening.
Yeah, I mean, ask yourself if peak Goku, Frieza, and 17 could take on Beerus. And I mean, I still got money on Beerus on that fight.
Well, they did state that Jiren was stronger than some gods of destruction. So it's just a question of like how much stronger. Where is he on the totem?
Well, there you have it right there. If they said he's only stronger than some,
destruction. Hang on. It's more of a question of like how like high up the totem pole of stronger than he is of the gods of destruction. All right, go ahead, Hunter.
Yeah, I mean, there's the answer right there. We know that Beerus is the strongest of all the gods of destruction. So if Jiren's only stronger than some of those gods of destruction, Beerus is definitely stronger than him. Now, that's also a very good indicator for us to go off of for what the other question you said. How much, like how would the fight go? Would it be low diff, mid diff, whatever? And when you're talking about gods of destruction being stronger than each other, okay, some doesn't mean most. Jiren's in the lower tiers of the gods of destruction, according to that. So they got medium level gods of destruction that are stronger than Jiren. And Beerus is the strongest. So it would be no diff, in my opinion, Beerus wins.
Okay. What? How high on the totem pole is his own god of destruction?
Belmod?
Well, I don't think we have confirmation on that, honestly.
We would have to look back at that fight Belmont had with Beerus when the gods were fighting each other. And see
Was
how long he
Topo
lasted.
stronger than Belmod? Just because Topo was next in line to take over doesn't mean he was stronger necessarily.
Right, exactly.
But Jiren is stronger than Topo, who has God of Destruction training, because Jiren refused.
Right. Well, and Dispo was also in that class. Dispo could have became the god of destruction as well.
We're talking about the
And
speed guy, right?
Yeah, and I mean, if Dispo could have became, if Dispo was stronger than that dude, then Belmont really is a fucking clown. Like, maybe he was the weakest. Maybe Belmont was weaker than that little yellow rat guy. You know.
Coachella.
If Dispo was considered, it probably has nothing to do with power then. Like that immediately goes out the window. It has nothing to do with power. Dispo's considered, because then it's a matter of character. And Topo is he's kind of the righteous guy. That's kind of who he is. But if Dispo's
but it was Topo who said that Jiren,
character,
Topo, and Dispo were all three candidates to become the next god of destruction in their universe.
Yeah. But again, speed isn't power. So speed is, if speed was if power is the main factor, then Dispo would never be considered. So it has to be a matter of character. Which is why I walk back to that idea of like, how long did Belmont fight Beerus? How well was he doing in comparison? Because I know they were jumping him, but who was the main fighter fighting Beerus?
Oh,
like that would be the
whenever in the manga when they jumped him, bro, Beerus like mid-diffed that whole fight when all the gods jumped him.
I'm not sure how many at a time, but
he barely had scratches on him. He did, it wasn't a lot of difficulty. It was like mid-diff.
He did seem to take on a handful at once.
In the Dragon Ball universe, Belmod, the god of destruction from Universe 11, is generally considered to be slightly weaker than Beerus from Universe 7. While the anime initially suggested Belmod might be stronger due to an arm wrestling match, manga, which is overseen by Toriyama, clarifies that Beerus is indeed more powerful. The manga depicts Beerus easily overpowering Belmod in a battle royale among gods of destruction. Okay. So
I imagine that like Jiren being the strongest guy in the Universe 6. Wait, is it 6? What are they again?
I think there's 7.
Anyway,
Beerus was 7?
I thought we were in 7.
Yeah, I think we are in 7. It was like 7 Dragon Balls.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. Jiren being the strongest in the whole fight and him being a part of Belmont's world, if we're going off of the morals versus the gods of destruction, maybe we can argue, yes, Jiren's powerful. Is he stronger than Belmont? That's a good question. We don't really have a full answer there. But we know that Belmont's weaker than Beerus. In theory, though, the stronger you are, the stronger your morals are going to be. And I feel like, I guess that kind of does contradict what I said, because Jiren was stronger than Goku, but then again, Goku is a constantly growing figure that we never see in. And Beerus would have to, his world would gauge that very concept and assume that Goku will surpass Jiren one day. So I'm going to say that Belmont's probably at least behind Beerus.
Yeah.
He's right behind Beerus. But that's a gigantic gap, okay? If I'm fondling a group of gods of destruction, without question.
I don't think like the stronger the god is, the stronger the mortals, because of that Belmod, Beerus, Goku, Jiren situation. Yeah, I think I would like to see who's stronger between Jiren versus Belmod. See like how good of a fight Jiren could put up against Beerus. Cause I have a theory that like Jiren is stronger than his own God of Destruction in his own universe. Just by how much they hype him up and stuff, you know. And then like they end up giving Topo the God of Destruction powers. Like why would they give it to him when he's weaker than Jiren? Usually wouldn't you want to give it to someone who's like the strongest, who can handle all the people? Maybe the Hakaya power can like give you a power boost, because the video games it gives Topo a whole new transformation form, the God of Destruction form.
Honestly, if it was up to me, I wouldn't want to give it to the strongest, because if the strongest dude is already stronger than people with the Hakai shit, I would want the power in my universe to grow. So I would give the Hakai to somebody who's not on that level, so we could have more power spread out in my universe.
I think we should look at what Beerus said about Gohan. Gohan, he doesn't have that evil in him, and I think that it's an indicator of how Beerus feels about Gohan, but it's an indicator that like the gods are not choosing it strictly over power, but of character. Character seems to be the biggest issue, especially because Belmont, at least the way we see it, Belmont is more in the training of Jiren and Topo and the Pride Troopers. He's actually more growing them as fighters. We get that impression very heavily in the tournament arc, but Beerus is very aloof in comparison. So I think that is. I think that's a main factor, but I still say like I don't think Belmont's losing to Jiren. I don't think that's happening. I mean, you would hype up your best boy though, and a power of life and death, tournament of life and death. You would hype up your best boy, try to cause fear in between the whole tournament ease. I could see it.
One of my friends talking shit. He was like, hey, I'm your #1 hater. You can definitely pull off a good Krillin cosplay.
That's crazy.
Like, hey, shut up.
Yo, what the fuck?
You'd make a nice Bacterian.
That's crazy.
Y'all know who Bacterian is, right?
I don't think I've met him yet.
I don't think.
No, Bacterian from Dragon Ball. He's like the guy that Krillin fought in the World Tournament.
The stinky dude.
Yeah.
And then Goku was like, Krillin, you don't even have a nose.
Yeah, that guy.
That's crazy. Killer songs.
I think his name was Bacterium.
Alex Chino. Yeah, Bacterian here. I'll show you guys Bacterian. Share screen. Yeah, this is my boy Chino right here, Alex Chino.
That's crazy. you gotta flame him for that. That's crazy.
Alright, my bad. So, yeah, honestly, Jiren, I think he would definitely lose. I just want to see how badly he would lose, because I definitely think he's stronger than Belmod. That's just my personal theory. It's just more of like would he be no diffed, low diffed, would it be like somewhat evenly matched? Like how far would Jiren get up there with Beerus to you guys?
I think we're forgetting about Ultra Ego is always on Beerus. I mean, he might be just a purple cat, but he's a god of destruction, therefore he's always in an amped state. So So I feel like the longer that fight goes on, which it probably won't go, they'll probably be testing him out. Let's see how good you are, Jiren. I want to see your power. And along the way, he's just getting stronger because Jiren's just throwing attacks at him. And you're not weak, right? They're not weak. But like he's like, okay, I feel your power, and he's absorbing it. He's getting stronger. He's like, but you're never really gonna catch up to me. It's just not gonna happen. So I think that's how it's gonna go. This is just a sparring session. He's not gonna get that far.
Okay. So yeah, sounds like low diff.
Low diff without question.
All right,
Rock
Hunter. I think
What-
Hunter, you said no.
What
diff,
is
huh?
the question?
Like-
What?
like
Jiren
how-
versus Beerus?
Yeah, how far does he get? Is it no diff, low diff, mid diff?
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't agree with what Ninja just said about Beerus always being in an ultra. I promise you. Look, I've been watching Dragon Ball Z just as long as all of y'all. Okay, if Beerus gets in a fight, Beerus, the character we've been seeing, the character we've been wondering about, Beerus from our universe gets in a fight and it really pushes him, we're gonna see a transformation from Beerus. That's how this show operates. I don't think we're done. I don't think what we've seen from Beerus, even in appearance, is peak Beerus.
Definitely not.
Well, keep in mind though, we know that Beerus is always a goalpost move, and that would actually explain why he's always moving in power.
Yeah, a hidden transformation that only
He could
him
even
and
have
Reese
it as
know about.
he could have it as like Beerus has been in it for a long time. Would it be hard to believe that he knows how to tap into the power without actually transforming?
Yeah, just like Whis with Ultra Instinct.
I agree with you guys that there's another transformation out there we haven't seen from.
That might
Beerus,
even be
but-
why he sleeps.
But let's
He might be
exclude.
absorbing Ultra Ego.
Let's exclude the unseen transformation, just like this regular schmegler form we see from Beerus versus Jiren. Is it no diff still, low diff, mid diff?
I mean, against Jiren, dude, from what I've seen him fighting Goku, I mean, look, that was obviously the strongest transformation we've seen from Goku, but I'm not gonna ignore the fact that I watched Goku have about 5 different battles that could have each had their own arc in Dragon Ball Z. At the power that these battles were hitting each other with. Goku really was in a lot of fights before he got to that fight with Jiren, and Jiren didn't do much. He might have been in 2 fights before that, and he didn't get fucking touched hardly. So that Goku wasn't even 100% Goku. And he was toe-to-toe with Jiren every step of the way. Neither one of them was gonna really gain all of the upper hand. Goku couldn't get disrespectful with Jiren like when we see him get stronger than his opponents.
And at that point, I think Goku was even more damaged than Jiren, really. Like, Jiren didn't really start fighting until maybe the last, he had that little thing with Hit, but that was really it up till that point. And then he had a little thing with Vegeta and Goku and their blue ego and their blue evolution and the Kaioken times whatever. But up to that point, Goku was way more damaged. I know he had some help from energy from Frieza and energy from Vegeta and all that, but
well, dude, think about it. Just the fight against Kefla and them alone, like a fused legendary Super Saiyan character, and Goku's got to solo this enemy. That's one of the fights that he was in that I think we can all agree the power level that fight got up to could have had its own arc, that could have been fucking 20 episodes in Dragon Ball Z. Some of his other fights, I mean, I can't really think of them, but Goku was really, Goku came into that fight, I'd say about 45%, if I know Goku. And Jiren, after them little scuffles he had, Jiren was still at about 90%. Jiren was still pushing. He could do anything that he could do. I don't really think Goku could have. I think Goku would have probably won that fight without help if it had been a full Goku, like a fully ready Goku.
Full Master Ultra Instinct Goku.
Yeah, at 100%, put them both at 100%, and have Goku hit that transformation. And I've been saying that for years. So yeah, I think Beerus against Jiren would be low to very low, between low and very low diff on Beerus's side.
All right, Rockstrap. Where would you put?
I think I'm still gonna go with my original assessment.
But like how is it no diff, low diff, mid diff, or?
Like how hard it? I would say I really don't think Beerus would have that much issue. Again, like assuming he didn't even go full power against Goku when he was in God form. Now that's a little bit different, and that's a little ways back too. But I think if he didn't even use, I don't know what percentage Beerus used against God, like early stage God form Goku.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they keep changing.
He said he didn't even go. He said he didn't even go half number or half power, right?
Yeah, it was like 70% in the movie, then it was like 20% in the show, and then like some people online be like, it's more like 5-10%.
What did the God of Destruction?
Yeah, in the movie, he told Goku 20%.
Beerus.
I know that for a fact. Goku said 80, Beerus said 20.
Power. In the Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods movie, it stated Beerus said 70% of his power during his fight.
But then they changed it in the show.
Overview.
What the fuck?
Movie claim said 70%. Retcon in the anime and manga, Beerus' power level is portrayed as being much higher than Goku's, even in his Super Saiyan God form, which later implies that Beerus wasn't. So we have conflicting.
Yeah, it's definitely retconned from the movie. Then, like, I think they even retconned what they said in the anime as well. Possibly.
Yeah, because like Ninja said, he's the goalpost mover, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But again, so I mean,
God is an awesome God. He's
I gotta say, I think I don't think it would be hard. I don't think it would be hard. Again, I think battle damage MUI Goku still took away a kill shot from a pretty decent, not damaged much Jiren. And I would think that Beerus is still higher than Goku. So with the level of power that Beerus would have equal to MUI Goku without the drawbacks that it has on Goku's mortal body, I think Beerus would have no issue. He would do what Goku could do before the strain happened. Because the only reason Goku really was losing was because of the strain on his body.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would have been no contest.
Yeah, in fact, didn't the strain on his body pull him all the way out of the transformation at one point?
Yeah, and became like a toxin to him or something.
Right. I do have to change my answer, though. I gave it more thought.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm gonna put it... Or does Ninja want to go first?
What?
I wasn't gonna change anything.
Okay, I'm gonna put it like right below mid difficulty, so between the mid and the low difficulty, because the way I see the show playing out, and this is purely based off of my headcanon, but you know, we keep on going back to Whis making these statements of if Goku and Vegeta work together, they could defeat Beerus. Well, Vegeta's working on Ultra Instinct and Goku's working on Vegeta's working on Ultra Ego, Goku's working on Ultra Instinct, and we know for a fact Beerus is a master of Ultra Ego. But I'm thinking, like what me and Ninja and Brock brought up earlier, I'm pretty sure Beerus has a transformation hidden in the tank, and I think it's Ultra Instinct. And I think that's why he's so much stronger than these other gods. So I'm thinking that Ultra Instinct Goku and Ultra Ego Vegeta, like what we saw in the manga fight against, like, who is it, Ninja, like Moro or whatever, those two together come up to equal to Beerus in my head. Based off of that, since we said earlier, I believe 100% Ultra Instinct Goku would defeat Jiren. I think he's slightly less than medium difficulty for Beerus.
Oh shit. I mean, so like, when did he? I remember we saying that too, but like, what part of, like, when? How early in Super did he say that? We say that. Was that?
Well,
like,
he says that he says it every time the goalpost moves. He says it at some point in the show. Every time the goalpost moves, or like not long after, at some point in the show, we get some kind of statements from Beerus reverting back to that. Which for me, every time I hear it, is always like a little confirmation, like from the author to the fans, like, yes, I moved the goalpost again. As of right now, where Goku and Vegeta are, them working together equals Beerus. That's always like how I've been interpreting it.
Yeah, because
that's why I said this is all based off of my headcanon.
Because he could have had said that after Master Ultra Instinct, right? Or did he say that? Of course. That? He did say that.
He said it. He said it when Goku and when Vegeta and Goku were first started training with Whis. And then
so
the goalpost moved.
Ultra Instinct, then.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is he and then the goalpost moved. He said it after fucking the tournament at some point. No, he said it for
the tournament.
He said it in that movie. Yeah, he said it during the tournament. He said it in that movie where Gohan goes beast. Every time Vegeta and Goku break through that ceiling, that goalpost on Beerus has to move. And when that happens in the show, we get a scene from from Whis mentioning Goku and Vegeta working together could defeat Beerus, but they can't do it alone.
Yeah, I do remember hearing that pretty early in Super. Like,
is that just Whis giving Beerus the business though?
Possibly.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, yeah, that's a good point. That could be Whis just gassing up Beerus's reputation. We might already be stronger than Beerus.
I'm not talking like Manaka. I'm talking like actually like, oh, Beerus, you better get stronger or else these Saiyans might catch up to you.
Well, look,
like,
if we look at the fight Beerus had against Red God Goku, and we just ignore that he said, oh, I've only been going so whatever percent, and we take it at face value against Red Goku, then I'm pretty sure Ultra Instinct Goku would wipe the floor with him. What do you guys think?
Well, I mean, like the way I see it, like when you said that if they work together, they can be stronger than Beerus. Like, I remember hearing that when they only had like Super Saiyan God or Super Saiyan Blue, like, so.
Right.
And now that they got Kaioken times Blue and Blue Evolution against Beerus, and that still didn't beat Beerus. Like, that could be like a strong argument against Beerus in the Jiren versus Beerus argument.
Something else to consider too, I guess. Beerus did seem genuinely surprised when Goku brought Kaioken into the fold, but that was only initially, like, in the 6-7 tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, but again, like, hasn't been any time after. Like, when he saw it, it could have just been one of those initial, like, oh, I didn't know he had that. That's crazy. Kind of.
I think that's what it was.
Well, I think a lot of that had to do with how dangerous that move was. Honestly, I mean, even Goku said it could have ripped his body apart.
Right. It wasn't as surprising or threatening necessarily. When it was used again in the Tournament of Power, so
he did that.
Not
with
that
Vegeta
I feel he was threatened about it. Was that it?
Did that with Vegito as well, didn't he?
I don't. Maybe
Like Goku Black,
like to the blue evolution transformation, or
I don't think they had that same reaction with Blue. It was more of like
No.
Piccolo, Krillin, and all of them were like, "Oh shit, he's got a new form now. What is this?"
right?
But,
Toriyama forgot.
I mean, they should have had that reaction because that was a pretty awesome transformation scene. I'm not gonna lie.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm not knocking it. I'm just like it's something else to consider. But then again, my own argument kind of fell apart with the non-threatened reaction in the Tournament of Power.
Yeah, I think that's just kind of like normal with the whole Dragon Ball Z series. Like as soon as one transformation's introduced, the second time it's
Right.
seen, it's kind of like, whatever. Like Super Saiyan was like, I think the first time everybody saw Super Saiyan besides Vegeta and Gohan was like when Trunks arrived and then he turned Super Saiyan.
Right.
And then like Goku shows up and goes Super Saiyan and then they're all like, whoa, what the fuck? And then now every time after that, they're just kind of like, whatever about it.
Right.
I wouldn't say the non-threatened reaction by Beerus in Tournament of Power doesn't mean like he's still thinking it's not anything scary or
Right.
anything
He could be
powerful.
putting on a face.
Or he's just used to the like how strong the form is by now. Like just kind of like, I've seen this power already.
Right.
All right. Well, part 2 of this segment. We've gone pretty up and down with this argument. I like where we're all going with this. Now, this kind of like makes it into a good segue into the next part. Beerus versus Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku. Who do we think's winning this, and why? Seven Ninja, you were last time, so now you're going first this time.
Okay. I feel like there's a point where like your instincts may not be able to react to something if something's too fast. So the real question is Beerus strong enough to be faster than Goku's instinct? We do remember that moment when Goku first met Beerus. He was gonna swing on him and his body said no. So could that happen again later? Although Goku knows Beerus isn't trying to kill him, you know, he still might react that way. And that might cause him not to try him at all. I still like Beerus has to.
Just
Yeah,
a
of
regular
course.
fight.
But you know, for just a regular fight, his body's still going to, because instinct is saying like instinct and ultra instinct usually is, I'm just going to dodge this at this moment and then attack in this way. But if your best instinct in that moment is not to fight, you know, you're going to run, in theory. And so I think Beerus is strong enough and fast enough, because again, he's the goalpost mover. I think he's strong enough and fast enough that like Goku's body will not let him fight. If it works the way it's supposed to, it will not let him fight, because he's, again, if you're fast enough to hit someone when they're dodging, it doesn't matter. This would have been better. It would have been a greater question if it was Vegeta versus Goku, like Ultra Ego Vegeta versus Goku Ultra Instinct. Now that's a good question. I could see that fight going down pretty well, and I could maybe tell you that one. But with Beerus here, I think he is faster than Goku by miles, and I think that I don't think Goku has a chance.
Okay. Hunter, what are you thinking?
What are we what's the current like topic, question, whatever?
Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku versus Beerus.
Alright, Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku at 100% versus Beerus, fight not to the death. Right? Hello? Is it to the death?
Yeah.
No, not
Okay.
to the death.
Alright, not to the death. This is Goku's advantage. So I'm gonna give Beerus a slightly high diff win. Like right in the direct center between mid and high diff. Only because it's Goku and he's got main character energy. Vegeta's gonna be mid-diff.
I'm glad you're accepting that.
All right, Brockstrap, what are you thinking?
Man, this one's kind of a tough one. I still think it's gonna be Beerus. Unlike my earlier argument, we don't really have any outside of just the very first time they fought, which again, Beerus didn't have, like, if he only quote unquote used 70% of his power as he claimed, or not, as it was retconned later, not even anywhere close. I'm not sure the level of training that Goku went through, plus the new power-ups, could get there, right? I do like the Hunter said, like, if they aren't fighting to the death, then yeah, that definitely would be Goku's advantage. But like, in his
Also,
base form,
Beerus's whole, I mean, his power Hakai is literally like, you can't use that without killing the motherfucker. So of
Right.
course Goku's got handicaps on this match.
but the Hakai is just a certain type of energy. It only works if you as an individual are stronger than the person you're using it on. So he doesn't have to use Hakai. Hakai is just that type of energy versus all the other moves would be as strong. I would, to some degree, I'd imagine.
Is that how it works?
I
I'm
don't
pretty sure
know,
that's how it was
because
explained.
that dude used it on Frieza and he wasn't stronger than Frieza.
You would have to refer to when Vegeta like blue punched Topo's destruction energy. I'm pretty sure there was a little segment in there talking about it.
Well,
Yeah.
so if
How
that's the
Topo's
case,
destruction didn't work on Vegeta just because for the fact that Vegeta was stronger. Now, anyway, going based off of that, like, crap, I forgot where I was going with that now.
I'm sorry.
Master Ultra Instinct Goku versus Beerus.
No, I knew that. I didn't know what
Oh,
logic,
we were
kind of logic I was
discussing
walking down.
Goku's handicaps in the fight.
Hmm.
Remember, like, it's not to the death.
Right.
That's why we
No,
see
okay.
Goku
So this is where I was going. Base Goku couldn't handle. Now, base Goku isn't going to be fighting in base, but base Goku couldn't handle a lesser God of Destruction's destructive energy. So if that's something, assuming that Beerus is stronger, then I think it was, I can't remember the name of the guy. He was the green God of Destruction with like the balding and the red hair. Start with a D, I think. If base Goku couldn't handle his, no. If Goku couldn't handle his destructive energy from the weakest God of Destruction, I would imagine Beerus being claimed by multiple sources being the strongest God of Destruction. It's a very vague power scale, so I guess I wouldn't know where Beerus is, but I would imagine it's more of an exponential than just like a by hard number. Going against Master Ultra Instinct Goku, who really can't handle it. Are we removing limitations from Goku, or does he still have those limitations?
What kind of limitations are you talking about?
Like him getting his body basically destroyed by the power itself.
I mean, we could definitely add that into the argument. Like you talking about, like when Ultra Instinct destroyed himself.
Because if you're thinking the whole entire
I just looked
47-minute
it up.
tournament,
that god's name was Sidra. He
Sidra,
had purple clothing as well.
yeah, you're right. It was Sidra. I think that if Goku had that limitation and the whole 47-minute tournament that they had, like it was forever, but it was only 47 minutes. If Goku could only handle Mastered Ultra Instinct for that short time at the very, very end of it, like that's minutes. So he would have a very, very short window with that limitation of Master Ultra Instinct minutes in order to beat Beerus. And then it would basically be, okay, I give. Because, like, again, he had to He was struggling even to keep Super Saiyan after that. He was phasing in and out when he and Frieza were teaming up. So it would have to be one of those scaling battles, but like if he just goes Master Ultra Instinct off the top, which again I doubt he would do, that would be kind of like a last resort kind of thing. But if the topic itself is Master Ultra Instinct Goku, he would have to be stronger than Beerus, and he would have little to no time to actually take him out. So I think this one definitely goes to Beerus.
Well, and a part of me wants to take what you just said and think of it immediately as, oh my god, that's a huge advantage on Beerus, but we have no idea how long Beerus can fight. That dude might be like a out of shape, like Mike Tyson. Like he might be good for 5 minutes, you know?
Right.
We really don't know.
I have a question to Ninja. You read the manga, right, Ninja?
I know about a lot of what goes on in that, so I'm assuming you're talking about. I assumed when you brought up this question, you're talking about how Goku's got that Susanoo form and all that.
Whoa! Tell me about this. Tell me about this.
No, I wasn't actually gonna bring that up. I was just wondering, like, does like Goku ever go into that like the Ultra Instinct eats him alive after too long thing in like any future manga like chapters?
The way I understand it, he just learned how to use it. Like he was learning from a not an angel, kind of an angel, how to go into the state. And he was in Omen, and then he went into the full version. He just knows how to do it.
Are we talking Tournament of Power Goku?
No, we're talking
Like,
about after. Well, I think Squall, at least when he was talking to me about it, I assumed he was talking about the moral.
Right, but like the argument period, I guess we never like specified what time. I was just thinking Tournament of Power because that was basically the end of the Super anime.
No, I definitely get what you're saying. It's just like if he goes into it once, like usually he does have some drawbacks. So like after like he fights like this fight, if it were to happen again, like he would definitely have some experience with Master Ultra Instinct Goku.
Because he technically fought Moro after, and then he fought the Granola after, Gas a little bit.
So like, go ahead, Ninja.
Ninja, go check the chat right quick.
Yeah,
or somebody,
that's real.
Anybody?
That's real.
That is real.
Sick. That's sick.
Okay,
What the fuck is that?
so, dude, so that's part of, like Ninja said, it's like a Susanoo, bro. Watch, I'm gonna put another picture. It's a big freaking body made out of energy.
Astral projection, kind of, yeah.
Watch. I'm gonna send a couple more screenshots.
That's sick.
I mean,
They giant, bro. They like they bigger than Ozaru.
like I said, even if we're in that state, he's strong, right? Like he's powerful, but he's not getting stronger. And I don't believe this state eats him. But, like again, it was his first time. We're also talking about a Goku who was already very weak anyway in the Tournament of Power. But during the Moro arc, I mean, he's done had a few battles with Moro, but when it comes down to it, it's not the same scenario. So I feel like Goku has a greater chance, right? Undeniably, he's got a greater chance. But again, I think back to that moment they first fought. His instincts told him not to fight him, right? And so Beerus was just that big of a gap. Beerus is no slouch. Beerus also gains power through fighting other people anyway because of how Ultra Ego works. And I believe Ultra Ego is on all the time, or at least how the ability works. The absorption of power is always on for Beerus. I think he's got it like that. I think that Goku has a better chance in the Moro arc, but when it comes down to it, he's not growing in power. If this was Vegeta versus Beerus, that's a lot higher of a chance. But as Goku, I think Goku will be overpowered in the speed section. I think that's immediately going to happen because usually, especially because we're not talking about a buff Beerus form like the buff Super Saiyan. Usually, the stronger you get in Dragon Ball, the faster you are. They're both connected, and so Beerus will knock him out of It's kind of similar to how like Goku versus Hit. Remember that Goku broke time skip, And how could you beat time skip? So if he can be stronger than Goku's speed, it doesn't matter.
I mean, there's one exception with the whole power and speed are connected. Dispo. He's like the one exception, I would say. There's a couple exceptions, like Birder and Dispo. But what's it called? There's one fight I wanted to bring up when Beerus posed as Monaka and fought Goku in base form, and it kind of looked like they went blow for blow there for a little bit. So I kind of want to throw a curveball your guys' way.
Well, at the same time, Beerus is trying to make sure the costume wasn't being destroyed.
I think he.
Well, that's not only that.
A while.
But Beerus
he did stop caring, but
Beerus only wanted Monaka's image to be able to defeat Goku, so all he really had to do was go hard enough to beat Goku.
It looked like Beerus kind of got carried away there for a little bit. He was like having fun, like maniacally laughing and stuff.
I think in that case, he's like, okay, I need to make this believable. So like, let me show him a little power, but whatever.
Actually, my honest response to that is that it's basically retcon because the goalpost has been moved since.
100%.
So if you asked me to accurately try to power scale these characters based off of what we know in the most recent, whatever most recently came out, I would have to not include that specific scene in my research because the goalpost has moved since.
I think one thing they've kind of proven, kind of shown us already, is that like when we met Shin was weaker than Goku.
Right.
Shin is who again? Supreme Kai, yeah.
Okay.
Nahare.
Yeah.
So the way it's looking is, if a god is going to be introduced, it's either going to be stronger or weaker than Goku. If it's weaker, it's going to stay weaker, and if it's stronger, it's going to stay stronger. I feel like that's been pretty consistent.
Kinda, yeah. It really, because they keep moving Beerus's goalposts, I feel like the big battle, the last final battle, whatever, is gonna be us, like Goku and Vegeta against Beerus. But like for what, I don't know. And like the only thing I can really come up with is like they'll fight Beerus and it won't be to the death like we was talking about earlier, just to see if they're ready to take Universe 6 from Champa. Because we know Beerus is stronger than Champa, so Beerus will say, look, if you can best me in a fight, not to the death, you can definitely take my brother. Honestly, I think that's what's gonna happen, because I see Goku taking like a deity position and Vegeta taking Planet Sadala.
That also assumes that Bulma wants to leave her home, which I don't know if she would outright care. I don't know if she would outright care though.
I don't think she would care either way, whether she lives on Earth or fucking Planet Sadala. I don't think Chi-Chi and them would either. They would all be excited to study new shit in another universe.
Right.
Study? Are we talking about Gohan?
Yeah, I mean, dude, Bulma and them, they all scientists. Her fucking dad would probably come too.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
They don't really show like.
And then at that point, Gohan and Piccolo would have to be the Guardians of Earth. Think about that.
Is that what they're trying to set up now with Beast and Orange Piccolo, or what?
That's what it feels like, don't it?
I think this is just more of a setup of saying, okay, let's actually bring them back into the fold. Remember Gohan, when he was a kid, was always there, right? Either training or backing someone up. And so Gohan's been kind of here. He's been here. He's kind of not here. And they're like, we got to bring Gohan back. So let's have him actually training and actually see him come back full string with a new power level. And he's coming back to help out Goku and Vegeta. I think that's what's happening right now. And
the end of Z is still in play, right?
No.
I
That
don't think so.
7-year skip. You don't think
I
so?
don't think so. No.
Oh, no.
So we're
they're making
Even
it
if
hard.
it is, definitely
making it
some of
hard.
the statements that they made in that episode are already retconned.
Because
I mean, when they start talking about how
Oob has,
powerful
been
some
in-
characters are.
Oob has been introduced in the manga, so they're keeping that consistent.
Yeah.
Assuming that any kind of consistency is there at the end of it, at the end of Super, then they would still be on Earth.
I don't see him dropping Whis as a teacher. Whis is just too powerful. Okay, he's an angel under
Right,
Zeno
that's-
and Zeno Angel.
Sorry, go ahead.
I don't see him because Whis is an almost infinitely living being. He's probably seen unknown amounts of fighting experience, whatever. Why would you leave the master that has all of that? I mean, maybe he could teach you. Maybe he can't teach you everything because maybe you're not the right in a race type or whatever, something like that. But like when it comes down to it, like Whis is probably the best teacher for Goku out of every person he can meet. There's probably
Is
no one
this-
better besides maybe Grand Priest.
Ninja, is this your argument for them not going to Universe 6?
I thought we moved on from that. I'm not saying they wouldn't ever go to Universe 6. I think they'd go to Universe 6 because of Bulma makes a kind of a teleporter of some kind.
Right.
I think that's a pretty good reason because I don't think Bulma's strictly leaving Universe 7 without a way to get back because she's got to run the Capsule Corp.
Right. My thing that I think might pull apart this a little bit here, is that we're talking about Goku keeping Whis around, but we're not talking about Whis keeping Goku around. You know what I mean? Like, it's up to Beerus and Whis for this whole thing to happen anyway. So, like, if there's ever a point where they don't see any more reason to do it, then it probably will most likely go away. Because this is just a blip on their radar of time, right? It's like time is much longer for these two, like you were saying, almost infinite being. That I'm not sure how much stock they actually really do have invested in these guys. Outside of Beerus's claim that Goku is like the quote-unquote second strongest being he's ever fought. But yeah, I mean, the whole... It takes both of these parties to continually agree that this is what's, normal right now. Versus Goku wanting to stick around for the training. There could be a day where Whis is like, alright, either you've learned what I've wanted you to learn and that's it, or you've hit your... I mean, the Saiyans won't ever hit a limit necessarily, but... That was just what I was thinking when you were talking about Goku not wanting to leave Whis.
I
think they've kinda made it
actually
clear
kind
they're
of see, like we see, we know Goku to be a martial artist, the kind of guy that wants to learn as much about fighting as he can and constantly grow his martial arts repertoire and skill and all that. So I can certainly understand Goku training individually with each angel from each universe, because maybe each of them can teach him a unique thing. Like right now, Whis is coming with Ultra Instinct. Maybe another angel has like some other kind of key, or maybe just one attack that would really help, something that he could only learn from the angels, right? Because I just, like, Goku seems like that kind of character to spread his knowledge by learning from others. He learned from Master Roshi. He learned from Grandpa Gohan. He learned from, King Kai. He's learning from Whis. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I see it.
Okay, this kind of just hit me. So, Brock, I'm gonna throw you a bone here. I think that if the end of Z is going to be still canon, what will happen is Whis is going to be like, hey, you kind of plateaued here, not in the sense that he can't grow stronger, but like there's something he's just not getting. And so what would end up happening is he says, maybe there's something to the idea of teaching someone else how to do something allows you to gain an epiphany that would allow you to be able to do break past the limit yourself. And so
I love that.
I could totally see we saying like, it's not that you can't ever come back here again, but just like do this for a while because this might help you understand with whatever I'm trying to teach you in the moment.
Right.
And then Goku would take on Oob to be his student, is what you're saying?
100%.
Yeah, I love that theory. I like that theory way more than mine because we know if Oob is reincarnation, Oob's potential is that universal level threat that Boo was. That we've, Frieza said, oh, don't ever fight only two people, Beerus and fucking Boo. So if Oob has that potential already in him, of course Goku's gonna go right to him for this particular thing that Whis would have him doing. I completely agree with that thing. I'd put money on it, actually.
I actually saw that ending as a little different. Like Goku's getting older, so he's like, you know what? It's time for me to stop being the student and start being the master. Teach my ways to the younger generation. He's been always trying to pass on like the role of like the strongest to like the younger generation. He tried it with Gohan, then he tried it with Goten and Trunks. So then, like in the next,
you don't think Goku and Vegeta's gonna get immortal at some point?
I mean, like
you think age is actually gonna come into play with these two?
I mean, it probably will since Super has been introduced, but and especially now that they got Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego, like probably they're gonna get more versions or transformations as like the story progresses. So it's like.
But you don't think they could get immortality?
Immortality. I don't see them getting immortality, no, because like they would have wished for it by now, like or something like that. They had so many chances with all the Dragon Balls. I don't think they're interested in that.
Yeah, but I mean, like you just said, with them now getting old and understanding that this is gonna be coming to an end, and there's still so much power that they haven't reached yet that they know they can reach. They're probably gonna wish for more time. They probably just haven't wished for immortality yet because of their fucking pride, because they feel like it'd be cheating. Honestly, that's probably would be the explanation.
I don't see it.
It could be eternal youth.
They're not gonna die of old age. As long as people are watching Dragon Ball Z, they're gonna stay alive. You know what I mean? They, at some point, they have to like explain why these motherfuckers have been alive since your great grandpa was born. You know, as long as people are still watching it.
I think the end of Z ending, like Bulma was old, but Goku and Vegeta were still looked the same. And then she was like, "You're lucky you guys got them young Saiyan genes that keep you young for longer," or something like that.
Right, and then Vegeta said, they maintain their youth until suddenly they just fall off, and they like they old and weak, and they die in like a week or some shit.
Huh? I didn't know that.
He said they maintain their youth as long as possible so that they could keep fighting, and then when they finally age, they age like gone, like they like it was something to that effect.
Okay.
I feel like it's I feel like what we're probably gonna see is Whis just hits him with an immortality spell. Maybe not necessarily that they can't get killed, but like internal youth, kind of like with how Master Roshi just doesn't age. Right. I feel like if anything, that's probably what's gonna happen, because the idea
as he gave Frieza back his life. I don't think it'd be hard. I don't think Whis would have to wave his fucking staff twice to give immortality, as far as eternal youth, or just to stop aging in general to Goku and Vegeta. You know, I think Whis is perfectly capable of that, considering all the other shit we've seen Whis do. He rewinds time for 3 minutes. He fucking, I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like listing shit right now, but
I feel like he'll sneak and do it. I feel like he'll sneak and do it without question. They were like, what was all that? Don't worry about it.
oh,
You know?
dude, he might have already did it to him. They might be immortal and not even know it. Like during training, he might have did it to him.
I mean, I'm also wondering about the Room of Spirit and Time. Like, you know, I feel like to some degree they should be like a lot older than they are. So like, unless that thing just completely shuts off aging as a whole, like, no, that can't be right because Teen Gohan's a thing. I feel like that's gonna eat up with them eventually at some point because they're gonna go back in there at some point.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe because their immortality will come from a spell from Whis or some shit like we mentioned, that time won't change in some kind of hyperbolic time chamber, because we know there's more than one. So these things are going off of a set list of like laws of physics or some shit, right? So yeah, I think if magic or some kind of spell is what gives us our immortality, then then when we go into a room like that stretches time, right? It like squeezes space-time fabric and then pulls it apart from two ends, so it stretches it. It just won't have that effect on us. A day in there will be a day out outside of it. The magic will just cancel each other out. How do y'all feel about that?
Sorry, I'm typing down my next. You guys made me think of a good debate topic. But I'm not gonna announce it now. It's gonna be for like the next Dragon Ball Great Nimbus.
I think we got off topic. What was the current debate?
It was
Goku
Master
versus
UI
Beerus.
Goku versus Beerus. We can close it out with like, who do you guys think? Like, I know Hunter, you said it would be between mid diff to high diff.
No.
No.
Slightly high diff, because it's above mid diff.
No. Yeah, it would be in the direct center between mid and high diff.
Yeah.
Because like I said, Goku's got that main character energy. And then also, we don't know how long Beerus can last in a fight. So Goku having a time limit doesn't mean shit either. We have to go by what we know. So yeah, somewhere like direct center between mid and high diff, because Goku's main character.
And then what do you think, Seven Ninja? Like what diff? What do you think in between Beerus and Goku?
Beerus is low diffing Goku without question. Again, I call him the goalpost mover. He's been doing it for a long time. Like I said before, if your instincts told you to run originally, even though you're not gonna see him trying to kill you now, the reality of it is that like if Ultra Instinct works the way it's supposed to, your instinct's not going to tell you to fight something if the best answer you have is run. And in this particular case, Beerus, because of how strong he is and because of how Dragon Ball's consistency is, the stronger you are, the faster you are. Except for maybe Dispo and Berta. The stronger you are, the faster you are. It doesn't matter how fast you are, or how fast your instincts are, or your reflexes are. If you can't dodge something because it's faster than you, it doesn't matter. And so Beerus is low dipping Goku without question. Of course, he's going to toy with him and let him try to power up and fight him to some degree. We already know how Goku and Beerus are going to fight. But when it comes down to it, is he trying to finish the fight? Beerus is destroying Goku without question.
Alright, Brock, I don't know if you're back or not.
Yeah, I'm back.
Praise the sun.
Okay. So how much of a struggle is the fight between Master Ultra Instinct Goku versus Beerus?
I think Goku might give him a run for his money for those like 2 minutes. He might be able to keep the transformation going, but I really don't think that he'll that's what he'll have to do to compete, like, at all. And he won't be he really won't be he won't do that for long. So yeah, I think it'll be like a split second. It'll be kind of difficult maybe for Beerus to some degree. Like he'll be more pushed than he probably has ever been pushed before, but I still don't think Goku gets the dub here. So I would imagine it's probably going to be
Sounds like high diff.
Low diff for Beerus just off of that fact alone.
Oh, low diff means like Beerus just completely destroys Goku.
I mean, outside of the Ultra Instinct Goku, like the limitations, then that's probably what's going to happen.
I think Goku.
Wait, I need to change my
2
answer.
minutes.
Based off of recent information given by 7 Ninja, I am going to go with the new correct answer, which is that yes, his instincts will tell him to run from Beerus. So Goku has next to no chance of beating Beerus, while Ultra Ego Vegeta is not listening to his instincts that are going to tell him to run away, and Vegeta is actually going to have a mid to high difficulty fight with Beerus. Beerus would still win, but Vegeta will do leaps and bounds better than Goku. He will make Goku look terrible because Goku will run away. If it's like, yeah, I'm going with what Ninja said.
I'm going with Goku will put up a pretty damn good fight. Probably like Hunter's first correct answer, mid to high diff. Probably more like closer to high diff. Cause I don't think he would run away. Like he would have definitely ran in like any of those other 2 fights he had with Beerus prior. And he put up good fights in those fights. I know probably like Beerus probably wasn't going super hard against his Super Saiyan God form, but I think he was going a good amount like harder in like the second fight when he was posing against Monaka than in the first fight when Goku was Super Saiyan God. So now that Goku's Master Ultra Instinct, I think he's gonna put up a way better fight and give Beerus like a good scare here or there, at least in the early stages of the fight. And that's my answer. Alright, so segment 2 starts now.
On anyway.
Alright, we are back. So it's the panel's topic. 7 Ninja, do you have anything maybe you wanted to bring up?
I'm looking at my list now. I guess I saw something before. I was talking about what is the most underrated villain.
I have kind of a quick topic, which is, do we want to see Vegeta get his tail back and start exploring Super Saiyan 4 now that he's seen Goku in it, and like breaking away from some of the other things, the paths that he's been going on?
We can do that.
He doesn't have his warrior in Ima.
Yeah, we can do that after the underrated villain one.
Awesome.
So who is the most underrated villain? I think Rockstrap, you went last time, so you can go first this time.
I think I was the last to introduce myself, but I guess I was the last to
introduce himself last, and then he did that last topic first.
Yeah.
Alright.
So
This is the
Ninja?
list I saw earlier. I just put that in the chat.
Yeah. Underrated villain. that I would like to see come back? Was it what I like to see come back, or just underrated villain?
Who's the most underrated villain?
I'm definitely gonna have to go with. I have like a couple answers for this one. Like Demon King Piccolo was pretty underrated. That whole series itself was like pretty underrated. Because he was like the first guy to like kill like any of the main characters. Well, he didn't do it himself personally. He like created like the what's called
his
the
children.
minions, Tambourine or whatever his name is. He killed like anyone from the main cast. Like he killed Master Roshi, Krillin, and Chaozu, I believe. And that was like the first time they had to use the Dragon Balls to bring back like any of the main cast. And he killed the dragon too. That was pretty crazy. I think he's the only one to ever do something like that. Like he used the dragon to take off, like to get not immortality, eternal youth, or his youth back, one of those two. And then he killed the dragon savagely right afterwards. Like that was pretty badass. Like I don't think any other villain or anyone else has ever killed the dragon off like that. So that was pretty like crazy, like for that all to happen for the first time. And I will say Raditz is like my other underrated villain, because like even though we all consider him weak as fuck by now, but like at the time he was the only guy to ever completely outclass Goku up until this point, besides like General Tao. But General Tao just came back. He just came back like nothing defeated General Tao. Raditz was like the only guy. He didn't kill Goku, but he was the reason why Goku died for the first time in the series. Because like he had to, like Goku had to like, was this full Nelson behind him, and like take a special beam cannon from Piccolo to like stop Raditz, and die in the process to stop Raditz. So he was an indirect reason why Goku died, and that's the first time he ever died in the show. So he's pretty underrated in my opinion because of that. What do you guys got? Rocking Super Cold Sauce. What's up, Ghost Jetta?
I really like that answer, Squall. I wasn't going to bring up any of the top 3 that I've seen from Team 4 Star's top villains of all time, which is Frieza, then Cell, and then Demon King Piccolo. But I am actually, while you were saying that, I was doing a lot of thinking, and not just from what we've seen this guy do, but the potential that we know he could do, especially from what we've seen in the newest movie. Dr. Gero, I never see people bring him up in like a... Huh?
Just had to use Vide. Alright, it's fine.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, man. Like if you think about it, I never really hear people bring him up in like, you know, greatest DBZ villains. But look at 2 of his creations halfway through Dragon Ball Z. You know, the Cell Saga. They fought with us in the Tournament of Power. 17 made it to the end. 17's the reason we won, actually. And then you look at, what is it, his grandson, I think, that made Gamos 1 and 2. Like, and then wasn't Cell Max kind of based off of early blueprints done by Dr. Gero, and then his grandson finished those blueprints? Like,
yeah,
the potential this guy had, the things he was able to build, Android 19 being able to absorb ki. That's a very serious. We could have brought him to the Tournament of Power and used him very effectively. You compared to some of the shit we were doing in there, especially from what we've seen from some of them other universes. So yeah, I think the most underrated villain was Dr. Gero, based on his potential alone. But even just from what we've seen, all the chaos, the entire Cell arc was this guy's fault. And it's my personal favorite arc in Dragon Ball Z. Finishes off with my personal favorite villain from Dragon Ball of all time.
Okay. What are you thinking?
Honestly, so I hated pretty much the whole entire arc of this guy. And even some of the things that he brought back along with him, like Future Trunks. But
I
Zamasu,
know where you're going.
Zamasu, right? He was annoying to me. The character, like, he was just downright dirty guy the whole entire time, and like he wasn't necessarily strong, but between getting Goku's body from one guy and then the other one wishing for immortality, like it literally took the guy, Omni Man or Omni King, to take out Zamasu because the Z Warriors ultimately failed. So like he won, right? He was the villain that never got beat by the main two guys. So just that fact alone, even though he's not my favorite, and he only got like one arc that wasn't like super duper long, and like some of the things that came along with it were like annoying and retconning or not really retconning, but like kind of reestablishing how the whole entire like timelines really work. I feel like I don't hear much about him, and he did kind of get slept on, and he was the one that actually ended up winning. You know what I mean?
You know, that's a good point that Zeno came in, because wouldn't that directly fall to that universe's God of Destruction? Where was the Beerus of that universe for that?
The God of Destruction,
He was already taken out.
Goku had that button.
Oh, that's right, because he killed the
Zeno.
Supreme Kai.
Yep.
Oh yeah, but then Goku also had that button to call upon Zeno.
Right.
Thank God he did. Like Brockstrap said, that universe had no God of Destruction, and Zamasu was running amok, just unchecked.
There was one point I wanted to bring up, like that Zamasu won, but Frieza also technically won in the Golden Frieza arc. Just Whis had to do that ass pull of a power of rewind time by 5 minutes, and then they could stop him before he destroys the world.
Right.
That's a good point too.
But they still have
But
the
that was
ability
a
to do
tactical
it, though.
victory. That wasn't me defeating you in a fight. That was me creating circumstances that you can't survive.
I mean, that's the same thing with Zamasu. He like did that whole thing where his face was everywhere, all over the world, destroying the universe or whatever. I forget.
Yeah, that shit scared
He
me.
wasn't trying
Honestly,
to do that.
to me, that
He
was
wasn't trying to do that at
incredibly
all.
epic.
He wasn't trying to do that at all.
No, yeah,
No, that's
Ninja's
the
right. That was just
immortality.
his life force. Yeah, his life force
Yeah.
was still there. It just didn't have a body to be as a vessel. So it used the planet as a vessel. That's why he was all over the atmosphere.
He's getting dog walked on a regular basis.
Yeah, I like that
Okay,
answer. Can we do movie answers though? Since you wanted Dr. Giro, I have another really good one.
Nah, I got another one.
I'm going with Turles.
What's up, Fred?
Alright,
Alright, go ahead, Ninja.
Guess I'm going. So I'm gonna go with, here's a curveball, Zeno. My main reason I think Zeno's probably the most underrated villain. I understand that he's supposed to be a force of nature, but he seems to have no real control of himself when it comes to the lives of the mortals, willing to just destroy them without even a second thought. Remember that he was playing marbles with planets and blowing them up. Now, it's potentially possible that was just a video game, but the thing is, at his level, and what he's supposed to be doing, he is a god of destruction and potentially an angel at the same time, king of everything. That little marble flick is just him placing a greater finger into the world and just moving a planet crash into another planet. I truly believe Zeno was probably the most power unchecked creature there, and the way it looks, because of the fact that he is kid-like. And then we can kind of go back to Janemba when he was a yellow Janemba versus a red Janemba. He was very destructively playful, which meant that he would just destroy just anything.
Chaotic neutral.
Yeah. And so, in this particular case, I think Zeno, who actually has an idea and knows what he's doing to some degree, was just casually destroying worlds without a second thought, and casually destroying universes without a second thought. We don't really know what the mortal ranking is. It could have something to do with Beerus being a terrible god of destruction, but then again, Belmont is doing his job, so I don't know. But from what I do understand, this guy was just okay with destroying mortal lives for no particular reason. And if that's what we design as what makes a hero is someone who saves lives versus what makes a villain is someone that destroys lives, we can assume that Zeno is a villain in this case.
Yeah, the way you
I
described
agree.
him kind of reminded
yeah.
me of Kid Buu, to be honest. Like,
No, really more Majin Buu, because Kid Buu is chaotic evil. This is more chaotic neutral, where this is extreme power with no direction at all.
well,
Kid Buu, the direction of that power went directly to negative effects, directly to evil.
I can see that. Like just the way that Zeno was like toying with planets for fun is like kind of like how it kind of reminds me of Kid Buu, like destroying a planet, laughing his ass off after he regenerates, goes to the next like planet, destroys it again, laughing his ass off, you know, just for fun.
Yeah. Brock, I feel like you got something to say. I can smell it.
I want to expand on Turles too.
No, I really don't have. You guys were making up a lot of good points right there too. So,
All right, go ahead, Hunter, take it away.
Turles, dude. If Turles wasn't a Goku look-alike, the idea of a Saiyan having his own little group of pirates, right, like space pirates, traveling like throughout the galaxy, that is like a perfect setup for like a returning villain, kind of like Pilaf, where like, yeah, they come and then they're like, fuck, these dudes are stronger than us, we gotta get out of here, and then later on they come back and they're like a challenge for like Krillin and all them, but then Gohan and Piccolo shows up, and I think they easily could have made a really cool group, a returning villain group out of Turles' group. The fact that he's a Saiyan, a surviving Saiyan, and then like having his own little group, his own little family, right, with these other people that he gathered throughout his adventures. There's a lot there, and it's a cool idea to have.
Huh? The potential for Turles is what makes him underrated.
Yeah.
I kind of would have liked to see him continue, like how we see the Z fighters grow in strength. I kind of would have loved to have seen like what is a villain version of what that looks like, and maybe see like the Turles version of the Z fighters growing in power.
Yeah,
this would even give us
or even
that
his Tree
reoccurring
of
villain. I
Might
think
thing.
works the two.
Even you could even stick with the Tree of Might shtick. I mean, he could constantly be going to better and better planets, and then it could have come all the way back to like the gods until like they get a report, like Whis gets a report like, hey, this thing needs to be checked, and Beerus might be like, I feel like taking a nap, Goku and Vegeta, y'all go handle it, and then we'll have that fight.
Well, a lot of this sounds like we're already seeing some of it. I know it's a promotional anime that's really just fan service, but a lot of this we're getting some kind of answer to a degree on Super Dragon Ball Heroes. Turles does come back stronger, with the Tree of Might still being kind of relevant. You see a few other returning characters also with new powers, level ups. Just not really. I mean, just as an aside, I guess. But
Yeah.
if anybody's curious about that kind of thing, definitely give Super Dragon Ball Heroes a look.
Hunter, bro,
That's a good point.
I have a question for you. How well does the Tree of Might connect to Wukong?
To Wukong, I'm pretty sure it's directly inspired. I mean, even in Naruto, the chakra tree, whatever, that the Otsutsuki's use, the writer for Naruto already said, yeah, that is directly inspired from those Sun Wukong stories. I forget how that tree goes in those stories, but yeah, the old ancient whatever Sun Wukong stories of like a tree that grows and the fruit that grows from that tree having all the spiritual energy from that. I believe the word that they used was world. But then later interpretations and edits, I guess you could say, like translations into new language, then just them assuming what we know scientifically, it got changed at some point to planet, but the original says world. So you have people that try to say he's planet level versus he's universe level, because world can say universe. I mean universe. But yeah, it's directly from that for sure.
Would we call that tree
spiritual energy from whatever that tree is growing, basically.
Would we call that tree that Wukong eats off of the Yggdrasil, though? Would we say that's connected?
No, Yggdrasil is from Norse mythology.
Yeah, that's a whole different thing.
But what I'm saying is, like, you know, the way I understand mythology is like a lot of it's like different years in between.
Yggdrasil is a tree that holds the entire universe together. It's represented as a tree. It's just the spiritual energy that connects all of what the Norse believe the 9 realms, but basically the entire universe, right? And so if that tree were to die, that means that the entire universe would die, right? But this tree from the Sun Wukong stories, it grows a tree from it doesn't feed off of sunlight and shit like other plants. It feeds off of the spiritual energy that it can absorb from where its foundation lies, which is where it was planted. And so, however, like you put it on a planet, okay, and it'll grow to bear fruit, that each fruit harnesses an equal amount of spiritual energy to that entire planet. And Sun Wukong ate like 72 of them or some shit, and that's why he has 72 different, it's 72 to the 72nd power lives on top of how strong he is. So whatever number that is, that's how many times you gotta kill Sun Wukong, who's absurdly powerful, for you to finally put this guy down for good. That's why he's such a problem.
I kind of saw the movies as like an alternate universe. Like testing. Okay,
yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Alternate timeline.
So because like Garlic Jr. was kind of like the Raditz replacement. Goku and Piccolo teaming up for the first time to fight. What's it called? I can't think of what the world's strongest, what that part like would replace in the main time story, but like Turles, Tree of Might would be like the Saiyans arriving on Earth for the first time, or Nappa and Vegeta, I should say, and then like, so I mean I forget what we were talking about where I thought about that.
Well, one thing that I wanted to bring up is if focus was put on Turles and like the Tree of Might and everything, for him and his little gang to grow into a threat that like would be, you know, on par with what we're dealing with right now, like I brought up earlier, the fruits would have to evolve as well, right? And that happens naturally in nature. If he grows a Tree of Might on this planet, then the seeds from the fruit from that tree should naturally grow a tree already better, regardless of the planet, than the one he just grew it on. So if he goes to a better planet and constantly evolves these things, we might see, you know, like one thing that I would do to show that the fruits are evolving is that he would go to Yard Rat, plant a tree there, and from eating the fruit, he can know instant transmission. Because those people naturally are able to learn that. They have like an affinity for it. So I would say it's something to do with the celestial energy of that planet itself that's allowing these people to easily pick up on the avenue to performing that technique.
Okay, I remember what I wanted to bring up. So basically, you were saying like the potential for Turles would be great if he was still in the story today. Basically,
I see
what
more
was saying,
potential in Turles as a writer than any of the movie villains.
Yes. So basically, what I was saying was like I think like if it was like Toriyama writing him, and he would basically be replacing Vegeta, and he would be turning more into the good guy type. For like kind of like
No, not at all. Yeah, thank you, Brockstrap. Why would Turles want to become a more of a good? He wouldn't be doing anything close to what we're seeing from Vegeta.
I mean, why would Vegeta want to turn into good when he was first introduced?
He did not when he was first introduced, or when he was second introduced, or third. He didn't become remotely close to good until the end of Z.
Yeah, that's the point.
But what I'm saying, if Turles is and him, they just a bunch of space pirates going around, something would have to challenge them. Not even challenge them. Vegeta got challenged to the point of death fucking multiple times. It has to be they would have to find love somehow. They would have to find something that they don't want to see get hurt. There's no reason for that. They could easily be a reoccurring villain.
That soundbite was more for me than it was for you, by the way.
Oh.
I mean, there could be, but I can see
actually
them turning into good guys.
I know earlier I said I see the most potential in Turles with all the movie villains, but it's kind of hard to ignore Cooler's potential, right? Given that he's Frieza's brother, right?
I actually do want to change my answer to like Nappa as an underrated villain, because like Nappa probably gave
put
me
a lot
the
of
most
fear in us as fans.
Yes, yeah. Like when I was a kid watching the Saiyan Saga for the first time, I was actually legit scared if the Z Warriors were gonna win that one or not. Like everybody just died one by one. Like I mean, I know Yamcha didn't die to Nappa, like specifically, he died to the Cybermen. It was like Pao Tzu exploded himself, did nothing to Nappa but destroy his armor. Yen got his arm chopped off. Oh, don't worry, it'll grow back. And still died by Nappa. That was crazy. And then we had Piccolo over here, who gets
Did you
killed
say
by
Tien's
Nappa.
arm will grow back?
Yeah, you don't remember that? Does anyone remember Ocean Dub?
Tien ain't never grew his arm back. Oh, like a different dub? My bad.
Yeah, he said in the Ocean Dub, oh, don't worry, my arm will grow back. Like that was like the first English dub.
Is it that dub? The big green dub that was like, let that child alone.
Yep.
Could be.
And everything was the Kamehameha.
Magic beam.
Like so,
Every attack
they said that. I was just saying that for comedic purposes. Cause like I actually believed it. I was like, our arms can grow back. Like I looked at my own arm, like I believed it.
Or why he just makes an arm out of ki? He just has this glowing fucking hand.
Yeah, so like everybody died like one by one, and it was like a horrifying struggle between like Nappa and the Z Warriors. So like just the amount of like he gave me more fear than like Frieza did and Raditz, and like I mean I watched like Demon King Piccolo when I got older, so I knew they won that fight, but I didn't know if they were gonna win that fight as a kid against Nappa. So I was like legit scared when I watched that show with Nappa. So I think he's pretty underrated.
Yeah, my two official answers is from the show Dr. Gero, from the movies Turles.
Okay.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
Alright.
Ninja?
Ninja's fine. Zeno. Alright.
I like Zeno as an answer. In fact, we know that there's avenues that we can take to defeat Zeno if it becomes that, because like in the Tournament of Power, we see him say things like, "Wow, they're moving so fast, I can't see them," but you're the strongest fucking. So like, obviously, his age being so young, I would say, is why he can't like see when people are moving too fast. But if Zeno becomes a threat to us, like Ninja was saying, he was playing fucking pool with planets. If that shit happens to Earth, you better believe Goku and Vegeta's going after Zeno, no matter how fucking strong he is. And I don't like Beerus and Whis wouldn't get in that fight. That would just be us. We'd have to bring everything. Gohan, Piccolo, we coming at Zeno. Like, damn.
Right.
You know what's crazy? It would be this fast. Goku presses the Zeno button and breaks his neck.
Dude, Goku calls him over. Hey, we about to fight.
It happened that fast. Because he wouldn't have time. He'd just be... Because, like, Goku could just grab him any time. He's done it many times. So...
Yep.
Would it be that hard to believe?
If it goes that route, I think it's gonna be like, okay, Ninja was saying, we seen him playing with planets from two different universes at the same time, right? You said Belmod's universe and our universe. So if that's the case, he's already playing with our planets. Why wouldn't we assume that later down the line he's gonna threaten Jiren's planet and Goku's planet, and then we're gonna have a team up with those guys against Zeno?
I just think it's funny. Hunter keeps saying we, like we're a part of the Z Warriors or something.
Right. Have you guys actually seen any Super Dragon Ball Heroes?
I
know
know
the movie, yeah.
Super Saiyan 4.
No,
on YouTube.
Super Dragon Ball Heroes. So yeah, it's the same words, but it's mixed. It's the promotional anime for the. Yeah, it's for the Japanese card game. But anyways, there actually was a being. His name was Stars, I think, or something. No, Hearts. Hearts was actually planning on taking out, and he actually had like a pretty good, solid plan to take Zeno out. So again, like, it's funny that I'm hearing you guys come up with these argument or ideas when I already have.
Is this Hearts guy? Is he like it?
He's a new one. I can't really place what race he is. Or alien race or anything.
Well, not race, but like his general like vibe.
He seems like a cool dude with goggles, and he's kind of laid back, but
short hair, white hair, right?
You're talking about
yeah.
Are you
Short
talking about
white hair.
granola?
He's talking about food.
No, I'm not talking about Fu. I'm talking Hearts. And
Fu
then Hearts also
skin.
has a super transformation to where like his whole entire aura turns yellow, and his whole body has this yellow hint. He's kind of got pasty complexion. No, because Fu's the purple guy. He's like half demon or something. No, I'm talking about Heart specifically.
Never mind, I got my topic.
Thanks, Odub.
No, I can picture what he looks like in my head. I think I've seen some little clips here or there.
Yeah, but he actually does have a plan to take on. He's mad at like the power difference, and there's some kind of thing that he came up with that, or some plan that he had to take out, Omni King.
Yeah, I did some research into heroes, like how strong Xeno Goku is and stuff like that.
Right.
Well, it's canon, so we have to take it seriously. Everything is canon.
I mean, the Goku and Vegeta that they follow are the ones from the Tournament of Power timeline.
I mean, they have.
So it does tie them
there,
into
right?
it.
But they have like two different Gokus. They got Xeno Goku, who's not.
Yeah. No, they still had Xeno Goku and Vegeta.
And then they still got both Gokus in there.
Right. So you had a Goku that could turn Super Saiyan 4 fighting against our Goku who turns blue. And then Vegito comes around and Gogeta, and they use some of the people like Hit and Jiren come back. But then they do bring in Cooler, and Cooler gets the golden transformation. Like, it's just a bunch of fan service, really. But for anybody that actually wants to explore those kind of ideas, like, I'm not getting paid, right? I know I keep bringing it up, but it's just funny, like the correlation, like the arguments you guys come up with, and I'm like already have somewhat of an idea just because of that anime.
Mm-hmm.
All right, wow.
I wonder what Universe 6 Dragon Ball's anime is like. You know, we're at 7, but like, what's 6 at? Like, you know, what about like 8?
I'll bet it fucking sucks.
I think it would be pretty fun to see, like.
I bet it's a whole
there.
bunch of whining and crying from that lesbian shy girl that rages into a bull dyke and is gay as shit. And then Kaba's biggest struggle is like, I don't know, he can't make his dad proud of him or something. That whole universe is a bunch of sissies.
That's the most Hunter answer you can expect. All right, Hunter,
Universe 6's Earth is the Invincible show on Amazon Prime.
All right, what was your topic again, Hunter?
I forgot what I said earlier, but I came up with another one anyway, because I feel like Squall's answer is going to be different from ours. Because he always wants to... It involves Broly. So the topic would be Broly's actual power. Like, he's the legendary Super Saiyan transformation, and it's different from our Super Saiyan transformation. Well, the others. You know, like when we and our. And,
Yes.
But it is different. It's a different kind of power. And it's a legendary power that comes around every like multiple generations. Like they said 10,000 years. So if they living around 100 years old like humans are, it's gonna be around 10 generations. So when motherfuckers are just starting, that's gonna be like 1,000 years. When motherfuckers are just starting to be like, look at a lot of religions. People are like, okay, that God was around 2,000 years ago, but nobody heard about him. So I don't really believe in it. A lot of people will leave their religion based off of that alone. So people stop believing about the legendary Super Saiyan, and then suddenly that bitch gets born again, and the legend is real, right? And we know that Beerus wanted Frieza to take the Saiyans out, and I got a feeling it's because he knew just as well as King Vegeta knew that it was time for the legendary Super Saiyan to be born, and they thought that they were going to contain it within their bloodline. That's why Vegeta thought it was his birthright to get that. So what I've been seeing is that the legendary Super Saiyan transformations focus is not how much power it has, but its ability to adapt and evolve to whatever conflict is in front of it as far as a fight is concerned. And that's why we see Broly's fights always go in both iterations of Broly and in the Universe 6. I think her name is Kefla. They always seem to, they see something stronger than them, and then they continue to punch at it until they get stronger than it. And I think Beerus knew that, and knew that it could evolve past him. And as the god of destruction, he has to be able to keep in check anything that can be a threat in the universe. So he has to be the strongest. So Beerus would have wanted to take that out. I think that's why Broly's transformations, especially in Z Broly, we see like 5 different Broly forms. We got like a blue-haired form, a purple-haired form, a regular looking Super Saiyan form, then the buffed lime green hair, a regular lime green hair. We had all kind of different Broly forms because he was evolving during the fight.
Wait, hold on. So, what do you mean by purple-haired Broly?
Go look it up. The Z Broly
There's a Karen.
The Z Broly that fought Gohan in
Was it
Broly the
purple hair?
Second Coming. Yeah,
thought it
there's
was
a
blue.
blue-haired form. Listen, there's a yellow-haired, like a regular Super Saiyan 1, like
Yeah.
Broly. And then
came
there's
back
a
and-
blue hair, and then or there might be a green before a blue, but there's a green, a blue, and a purple. You can go to Google Images right now and find that shit. He used all of them in Broly the Second Coming. That was the second VHS DBZ movie that I had. I watched that bitch 100 times. Yeah, his
I
whole
didn't
thing.
watch those
But you
ones.
see, But like, okay, so the big buff Broly, whatever, yeah, that's gonna be fine. In the first Broly movie, none of us have achieved Super Saiyan 2. But when he was fighting Adult Gohan was in Super Saiyan 2. We saw the lightning on him. And then we see Broly evolve. He's got these purple hair now and whatever else before he gets into his buff state. And then he's too much for Gohan, and the other fighters had to come in.
Yeah, I didn't watch the second ones. I only watched the first one, so I won't have too much of an input. But your question is the legendary Super Saiyan like an adaptability thing, basically?
Yeah, the legendary Super Saiyan specifically, the one that comes every like 10,000 years or so. That particular being is like its power basically is to be able to adapt like in a fight and evolve to overcome the conflicts, like battle and shit. I think Broly might even be a key. If we could constantly evolve this dude, he could go up to Zeno.
So are we referring to Super Broly, or because those are again two different Brolys?
The transformation itself.
I'm not sure that Z Broly ever had to adapt to get stronger. He was just a bulldozer right from the get-go.
Yeah.
Was that guy?
And he didn't really adapt at all.
Not in the first movie. He didn't have. No, what Brockstrap is saying is true for the first movie. He didn't have to adapt. He's the legendary Super Saiyan. All of us are regular Super Saiyans. He's somewhere close to Super Saiyan 2 level. That's why, because he was like equal to Perfect Cell, and then Super Saiyan 2 Gohan washed Perfect Cell. But then
if we're referring to Kale also,
yeah, because
Kale was
a beast.
Kale was a carbon copy, and she did evolve, but it was more like she got control of the Berserk stage more than it was, and then evolved as.
Isn't that a form of evolving, though?
Well, yeah, to a degree.
But not like it was in the sense that you were bringing up. You're saying like evolved to overcome stronger opponents. Like I feel like she wasn't stronger when she was controlled. It would be like a middle ground between strength and control.
Right.
I mean, she's
and
a
even
female,
then she had to
and
with
we
Khalifa.
usually will see more mental strength in females than in males.
I mean, we're applying this to Dragon Ball logic, though. Like the Saiyans, it didn't seem they were trying, or at least to me, it was implied that they were as strong, or the strongest Saiyans, both male and female, in that universe. So, like, that's why Kaba went directly to at least Khalifa first, and then Kale came along for the ride and just happened to be that Saiyan.
Well, but she evolved in that fight against Goku. We saw Goku overpowering her, and we saw her evolve and go toe to toe with Goku again. So, I really think the transformation is just an evolve hack in one specific person that comes around every 10,000 years.
I think there's a point to say that, at least in Kale's case, she wasn't really much of a fighter before, and she started learning over time. I think argue that the concept of being a legendary Super Saiyan is that you grow faster mentally than let's say
way
another
faster.
fighter.
Dude, think about it. They went into that tournament knowing they were gonna ask Goku to train them. In the middle of a fight, they were like, "Goku, we heard you could train us," or some shit like that. "We heard you were strong. We want you to train us." And Goku started training them in the middle of the fucking tournament. Up to the form that she did.
Yeah, Goku's late
if
for
it
that,
wouldn't have been training, if they went to Vegeta, Vegeta would have knocked that bitch right off the edge before she'd have had time to evolve.
I could kind of see the whole adaptability thing in the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie.
Yeah, that's really the only one I can see too.
But to me, that would just seem like it was just untapped, untrained potential. You know, like he had to he never really fought anyone strong enough to really go full out and like use all his ability points and you unlock some skills like some solo leveling shit, you know. And as he was fighting Vegeta, he was like, oh shit, he's actually stronger than me. All right, let me use all my unused ability points real quick and like just start like tapping into his actual strength and fight.
Yeah, I just watched that movie not long ago, and I didn't see that fight going down like that. I seen Broly getting scared at how bad he was losing, and then getting angrier, and then getting stronger.
I mean, it wasn't like it wasn't like a Gohan anger boost, you know, that pushed him over the edge. It was just like he just
No, of course
kept
not.
getting stronger and stronger. It was like he was just always that strong. He just hasn't been pushed. He was learning, like
Right.
Vegeta said, he was learning as he fights. So he has all this strength. and speed.
Doesn't that directly go with what I've been saying? If he's learning as he fights, he's evolving.
Wait a damn minute,
during-
something's wrong here.
I mean, when you say adapt, I'm thinking of like Jujutsu Kaisen, like some guy's like super stronger and he's just automatically just gonna get up to here. It's just like he's always been here, but his experience and shit's down here. That's how I see Broly.
Okay, but that's that's not true, because when last time we had an argument about this person fighting Broly, what I don't know, it was like Zamasu or some shit. We brought up if they did it quick, then Broly would lose. Well, if you go by what you're saying right now, you're saying Broly wouldn't have lost no matter how quick they would have gone, because Broly would have. He has that. He just wasn't using it against them.
Well, it's because his experience was low. Like he doesn't know how strong these people
And
are.
he got all the experience to go from he could lose to them to he absolutely would not lose to them in one fight. This didn't happen. This happened in less than 12 hours.
He was pretty much losing up until he got. I mean, he was about to lose. He got up to he gained he learned and got enough experience super fast. Like he's like Vegeta said it. He's learning as he fights. Like his experience was skyrocketing during the fight. So
Yeah, he's evolving.
So he was about to lose up until Frieza killed his dad, and then he hit that Super Saiyan. Oh, and then he got that Ozaru rage boost as well. So that helped him get up to Super Saiyan God strength. But then after that,
Super Saiyan God Vegeta, but he only learned Vegeta's fighting style, because if you remember, Goku didn't start out in God, so he was keeping pace with Vegeta God, and then they switched in and out, and then Goku went in just as Super Saiyan and fought against Broly pretty well there. So I'm not sure if that was like a strength, or if that was just Broly knows how he fights now, and it's time to switch it up.
No, they specifically said his power is growing as he adapts.
Right, but then why would Goku go in against Broly when God form Vegeta was struggling, right? Something else was at play there.
Yeah, that part was aggravating me too.
Because Super Saiyan Goku's not stronger than God Vegeta, right?
Of course not.
Not according to that. I mean, if Goku is supposed to be stronger, I'm gonna face him in Super Saiyan. Nah, real though. I think that in this case, this is Goku just testing him out again. And Broly's prepared for something greater, and he's because remember how Goku got dogged by Broly? He got slammed through ice. He almost got knocked out. This is Goku. Broly's okay, what's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? Oh, he's toying with me. Let me mess him up real quick. So I think that's kind of what we saw there with that piece. Do I think that I think Cold Sauce is right about the power and adaptability thing when it comes to he gets stronger as he adapts. I think that's also the thing. I also think
if it's the form specifically,
movie probably.
Then
The legendary Super Saiyan.
he doesn't use legendary Super Saiyan until his dad dies though.
No, dude. The legendary Super Saiyan, that person, the soul that gets reincarnated every 10,000 years, when it's in this particular vessel, this vessel's ability to adapt is so much of a threat that Beerus was like, Frieza, take out the Saiyans.
Is it a person or is it a form? The legendary Super Saiyan.
It's a form. It happens every 10,000 years, guaranteed. The royal family
it's a
thought
form
they
that
had
one
it locked
individual
in the
gets.
bloodline. That's why Vegeta thought it was his birthright.
So then it has
They
to be
knew it
when
was
he
gonna
turns
happen
into
that
it.
generation.
It has to be when he
Hikari
turns
form
into
of
it.
Guitar.
Then.
Huh?
No.
It has to be when
There
he
is a
turns
stage
into
we
it.
saw in the Broly movie. In the Super Broly movie, there is a stage in between the one we see in Superhero and the what we see now, which is that
Yes.
enraged kind of omen, but it's like maybe you want to call it a Super Saiyan omen if we want to go with that.
He's like glowing,
Um,
but he still got black hair. That's what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's the Ozaru
Yeah,
rage
yeah.
boost. That's the Ozaru rage boost.
That's what you was calling that? Okay.
Yeah.
But he's still like,
I mean, I seen that thing as like similar to what we saw Future Trunks have when he slices Zamasu in half. And to me, like I said, the royal family thought they had that locked in their bloodline. Vegeta thought it was his birthright to become the legendary Super Saiyan. And we see Trunks have a form similar to what Squall just mentioned Broly did. So like, could some of that have been in the royal bloodline and Trunks got it instead of Vegeta?
if anything, it would be because of how much fighting Trunks has done in comparison to Vegeta. Like, and how critical those fights have been. I think that would be a big role if that was Trunks' birth. But according to the timeline,
we seen
there.
like there was a baby blue aura around Trunks. Like not a full aura, but like a outline-ish kind of glow. And his eyes went white. And Trunks we always see with similar hairstyles and shit to Broly.
That was just because of the length of the hair, though.
I mean, if we're gonna look at wasn't that energy though coming from the spirit bomb?
Yeah, true.
He had the spirit bomb sword, but what they technically call that form specifically is, I think, is Super Saiyan Rage, where Super Saiyan Berserk is more what Broly and Kale align with.
Yeah, well, I just see it, I can't help but see it as foreshadowing since they chose the baby blue color for that glowing on him, because that's the color of the Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan transformation.
Right, which he was exposed to by Vegeta and Goku, so maybe, I don't know that like they're copying off each other or anything. But...
Well, did Vegeta and Goku put energy into the spirit whatever Trunks absorbed it?
I'm not certain. I think that was just all
if
the people.
If they did, then that explains that whole little form.
Yeah,
right?
It was more of like a mortal form, spirit form, the spirit sword form, you know, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, it's similar
But again,
to
he didn't
spirit
get the.
bomb. What?
He didn't get the blue tint until he was enraged, though.
Yeah, it's like an enraged mortal like spirit form. Like he had like half Saiyan rage boost. He had like the mortals give him power. Like it was kind of like a contrast to like Zamasu, who's like godly immortal, and this is like human mortal power. That's kind of how I saw it. Like them two clashing would be like poetic almost.
I got you. I don't know. I kind of see the Saiyans raging as like hitting NOS in a gas for Saiyan power. Because, I mean, hitting NOS in the engine for Saiyan power. Because, like, raging Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta put some punches on Beerus before he even learned the God form, right? So, I think if Goku and Vegeta put energy into that spirit ball, whatever, that Trunks absorbed, then when he started raging, his like thing in overdrive, right, started putting that Saiyan energy into the right places, even though he didn't know how his rage fucking upgraded his whatever you want to call it, processing unit. And it started to, we see that baby blue, that God sort of just kind of like breathing life into, like when you got some sparks on some leaves and then you blow on it and a little flame starts to come up.
Keep in mind,
that's how I see it.
It has been stated before that the halflings, the Earth hybrid Saiyans, do have a higher potential, so like that could come into play there as well for Trunks.
Yeah, and Vegeta explained why. Because the Saiyans, because they're a warrior race, their biology and shit being so different than humans, one of the differences is that their emotions extremely suppressed. But being half human, they have those full levels of emotion. And so like we see raging increases a Saiyan's strength. Well, Saiyans don't really feel emotions like talking about. So somebody that does, they start raging, Gohan, and suddenly he's fucking Beast Gohan, it's up there with gods.
Right.
You're scrapping with Goku. Super Saiyan Ultra
Fucking
Instinct
ridiculous.
Master.
Penis Saiyan. Literally, Gohan's a dick.
Yeah, I remember that. That was one of the best clips I ever made. But yeah. So what's the topic we're on now? Are we still talking if like is Broly's legendary Super Saiyan power the adaptability, or are we
Okay,
on,
I guess. Okay, I'll just change the question to: do you think Broly is the reason Beerus wanted the Saiyans eradicated? The legendary Super Saiyan, not Broly specifically, but the legendary Super Saiyan.
Was
that's
he-
a tough one.
Was he scared of the Saiyans, or was he just indifferent toward them? Because he doesn't seem to be scared of Broly knowing full well what he is.
Yeah, and he's got him on his planet, though. That's the thing, right? Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. If
Well,
you
did he bring him
thought he
onto
was
the
dead,
planet?
well, yeah, but
As
if you
far as
thought
I knew, he was
dead
sleeping.
all this
I thought
time,
Broly just came along at the invitation of Goku and Vegeta. Or Goku, really more than Vegeta, but...
yeah, but when he woke up and
what's-
saw him on his
well-
planet, he didn't kill him right away, did he?
Hold on, no. Well, hold on. Wait. We're talking about two different Beeruses. Beerus before he met Goku and Vegeta is a lot different than Beerus that met Goku and Vegeta.
That's true.
That-
I don't think he would try to kill Broly because he's like, well, if these two are
Well,
good,
but
I don't
not
need to worry about
just
him.
Beerus, Ninja. The whole world. All the universes changed after that. There was never tournaments of power and shit before Goku started making friends with Zeno. Right?
Hold on. What's the
Yeah.
God of Destruction's role? It's to destroy worlds that become.
He has to be the strongest. That way, if something exists in the universe that can be a threat to the universe, something has to be there to stop that threat.
It seems
Yes.
like there was a mortal level, right? Like that's how the Tournament of Power was based off of which 8 tournaments would take part, was the mortal level. I'm not sure to which degree that works, but like it's supposed to be a constant teamwork between the Supreme Kai and the God of Destruction to make sure that their universe is maintained to a certain degree.
No. I think Hunter, you had it right. It's basically they are to stop whoever becomes like a threat to like the hormonal imbalance. And I guess the only reason why he destroys things, well, Beerus does kind of destroy things on a whim because he feels like it from time to time. But the reasoning why he wanted to destroy the Saiyans was because like they probably were causing some sort of hormonal imbalance or hormone imbalance.
Or certainly could have
Mm-hmm.
with their potential.
And
But
like
then
they
again,
were-
I want to say that too, Squall. But at the same time, the Frieza Force was a way bigger threat than the Saiyans ever were. The Saiyans were working for Frieza against their will. They were forced.
Yes. They were at war with each other. The Frieza Force and the Saiyans were like at a war, and like once the Saiyans lost, they became basically the Frieza Force's slaves, basically.
Think
like,
about
they
it
were
like
both-
this. This is the way I'm looking at it. Vegeta's like the strongest Saiyan, okay? Out of like all of them at the time, like when the Frieza Force, like Namek Saga and all, okay? And then we see Vegeta, what's his name? Fuck. God damn it. He's like blue skin. He's got these two big holes in his head that kind of look like horns. Was equal to Vegeta. And he was way weaker than like Dodoria. Yeah, Pui. He was way weaker than Dodoria and Zarbon and the Ginyu Force and all of them. So if Vegeta's the pinnacle of Saiyan strength, and this motherfucker who is barely even named amongst the Frieza Force guys, don't you think the entirety of the Saiyans are just not a threat to the universe? Like knowing that the Frieza Force is out there?
I mean, they were at war for a very long time.
I'll put it to you like this. It's kind of like this. If there's a German Shepherd with rabies in your backyard, and there's also a lion with rabies in your backyard, are you worried about the German Shepherd?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Definitely there was like people that severely outclassed the Saiyans that we see up until that point in time.
But what if there was a Saiyan that had the potential to reach past a god?
Well, it was just the fact that they were at war for so many years. It's like those guys probably weren't either born yet, or they were like severely weaker at the time in the Frieza Force.
So
okay, I've got an answer.
Family knew that the legendary Super Saiyan was going to be born this generation. Go ahead, Ninja.
Okay, I've got an answer. The way I'm looking at it is that the reason Beerus wants to take out the Saiyans is because of their chaos. When I look at, I thought back to Kid Buu. Kid Buu is practically just chaos incarnate. So think about like how Frieza Force it directly listens to Frieza. They always do what Frieza tells them, no matter what happens. If Frieza says, don't destroy this planet, they're not going to destroy this planet. So it doesn't matter how strong they are. At the end of the day, as long as I know you're not going to do this, I'm not worried about it. Versus,
that's a good point.
The Saiyans were kind of assuming the Saiyans were attacking planets, potentially destroying them and taking them over. They were just doing this willy-nilly. Now, it's okay if Beerus does that, but it's not okay if the Saiyans do that. So, I think that's probably the issue right there.
Yeah,
they're just too chaotic.
That's my point, to be honest. Like, because King Kai's backstory on the Saiyans was like they're a barbaric bunch that don't really care too much about others and like terrorize planets and shit. So that would be my reasoning why Beerus would want to destroy them.
Okay, so you don't think it has anything to do with the legendary Super Saiyan?
That would give Frieza a great reason to destroy the planet Vegeta. I don't think Beerus would care too much about the legendary Super Saiyan. He'd probably want to fight it. Like, he heard about the Super Saiyan God and be like, alright, let's make this God. Let me see how strong it is.
Right. I mean, that alone would be, yeah, the argument killer.
But it wasn't Frieza that decided to do it. Beerus ordered Frieza to destroy the Saiyan.
True.
Well, yeah, but I mean, Beerus himself has destroyed planets just for their food being shitty.
Yeah. Yeah, Galactic Game.
Well, I think, honestly, my headcanon on that is like, that's his final test. It's like, this planet isn't doing my universe any good, but if they can make some food that I like, I'll spare them. But then he goes there and he's like, oh, even the food's shitty? Fuck these guys. That's what I think is going on.
Yeah, I agree. I can agree with that one.
But nah, in terms of like Beerus being scared of the legendary Super Saiyan, I can't see that. What's it called? Because like if that were the case, he would have destroyed Broly right then and there when he saw them in the movie and how strong he was.
Right, yeah, but like me and Ninja said earlier, the things have changed since Goku has come around. And I don't just mean Beerus. Beerus back then would not, you're right, he would just kill Broly right when he saw him, once he realized he's a legendary Super Saiyan, if we're going off of what I'm saying. But now the other universes are becoming intermingled. We're having tournaments of powers, we're having and so we need to have multiple strong beings to be part of these competitions, to win these competitions. And so, yeah, Beerus would not kill him anymore, even though his original intention would have been that back then.
I mean, I see your point, but that doesn't mean he's still not going to carry out his job as God of Destruction.
You also see Vegeta asked Whis to train him. Whis agreed behind Beerus's back. So if the legendary Super Saiyan was around and Goku and Vegeta weren't, don't you think Whis might have seen the potential in the legendary Super Saiyan, sought it out and started training it to replace Beerus if that needs to be, and then Beerus seeing that as a potential outcome, wanting to get rid of that because he don't want to lose that position?
It's all definitely possible, but I can't really see that. Like, they might be looking for like a possible replacement in the future at some point.
But then you just kill Frieza.
What's it called?
Nothing changes that fact.
But Beerus also just straight up killed Zamasu in their timeline. Like he's, even though he's met Goku and Vegeta, that doesn't mean he's not gonna do his job. If Broly was seriously a threat, you know, he
killed
would
Zamasu
still kill
because
him.
the Zamasu for another timeline killed him by killing the guys.
No, they had to rewind time because they saw that Zamasu killed his own mentor. Rewind time showed up before he killed him, and then Beerus straight up Hokkai'd him afterwards. So he would still do his job if what he sees is what he sees, you know. So if Broly was really like a threat to hormonal balance, like he would definitely take Broly out.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, he even kind of took the easy street there too, because he caught Zamasu off guard. Not that I think Zamasu would have put up a fight because he had troubles with Super Saiyan Goku, but like he still did kind of catch Zamasu off guard. So it didn't seem like he felt bad about more or less taking a cheap shot, kind of to get the job done. Beerus.
How much more leeway are we get? Wait, is my mic still on? Yeah, with Beerus, if Beerus gets friend zoned by that green chick.
That might be what sets it all off.
Yeah, I think he would
Goku and friends don't talk with Beerus anymore.
I think that would give him more reason to take out Broly.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but not if she's not even really romantically interested in Broly. If it's just a friendship thing with Broly, Broly's not romantically interested in her as far as we could tell. So, I mean, if she just like, I like you as a friend, Beerus, I don't like it, then Beerus just keeps simping. It's not outside of the possibilities.
Whoa.
Beerus is already simping for the girl.
Whoa.
He is an old man.
S word on Twitch.
Oh shit, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're already banned. I don't know what you're talking about. It's already doesn't happen. Sorry, it doesn't happen, bro. You're already
we're
banned.
deep into the stream, so you know.
You might have to find a different
not the beginning of the stream. But yeah,
like
if Beerus keeps on acting the way he's acting with that green chick, if she decides to be manipulative, the whole universe.
You kind of cut out there.
I said if she decides to be manipulative while Beerus is being the way he is with her, she's in charge of the entire universe.
I'm trying to think of how she was treating Beerus.
What are you talking about?
Each other in the superhero movie.
Dude, Beerus was like, when they were watching him train and shit, she was like, fucking, I think Beerus was like, I want some ice cream, and she was like, I'll go get it or whatever. He got up, he was like, I'll come help you. Like,
but she's oppressed.
Bro, it was like a little kid finding his first crush. Like, you know how when you got like a crush on your babysitter and you just start following her around.
It's not like women can have
do
any
everything for her
on a powerful man or anything. It's not like it's taken both. Like, women are super impressed by dudes. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but
What do you mean? We're not talking about the woman. We're talking about Beerus.
Sorry. I know. I'm just. I'm bringing real.
But like her,
politics.
she was definitely like she was surprised that Beerus was so like all about her and everything. But we never saw her blush, right?
Yeah.
She don't even like Beerus back. So she actually could, and she's definitely intelligent. I mean, the way she swiped that remote from Paragus and shit like that, this girl's got some knowledge. She's got some life experience. She could absolutely manipulate Beerus.
I'm not saying she couldn't, but I just don't see it happening yet. And then you said like Broly's not romantically in love with Chilai. But I mean, what's called Goku wasn't really in love with Chi-Chi as well. They still got married. So
no, well, yeah. I mean, she could do a Chi-Chi to Broly. You know, she definitely could do that. I mean, I'm sure if I could see Dragon Ball going right with that. Honestly,
wait a minute. Hold on. Goku's stupid. I mean, let's be real here. Goku's quite dumb. So Chi-Chi being able to do something like that is a little bit crazy. But also, Chi-Chi is also, especially at that time, kind of dumb herself. Eli is actually smart enough to realize, wait, he's not even capable of thinking like that right now.
Holy shit.
That's not happening. That's not happening.
Speaking of Goku being dumb, fuck.
What?
God damn it.
Vegeta
Man, I just came up with a really awesome debate topic. I'm gonna say it out loud so we don't forget it, but what if the elite class and low class Saiyans, those classes are distinctive, like directly due to their IQ level? Because Raditz was elite class. Maybe not in Z, but in Super, they changed Raditz to elite class. Raditz was way smarter than fucking Goku was. You know, and the elite class, when they transform into Ozaru, they still talking shit. But Goku couldn't do all that.
All right, we'll get into that in the next one. But going back, like I kind of wanted to bring up like Goku being stupid versus Broly. I feel like Broly is kind of like on his same boat, like similar, because like he grew up in the Super movie. Like he grew up on that planet by himself, you know, like with his dad, no real teacher or nothing, you know. He doesn't have too much social like experience, like kind of similar to Goku growing up with his grandpa all alone in the mountain, you know. I mean, Goku didn't get hit on his head, you know, dropped on his head, or Broly didn't get dropped on his head to our knowledge, but he seems kind of like reserved, like doesn't know too much, like doesn't really know how to act and stuff like that. Kind of similar to Goku in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I bet that green chick could teach him his ABCs and that smart as like.
It can teach him his STDs too.
Why, you think because she got green skin that she's got like gonorrhea or something?
Wow. Yes. Pretty racist.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Wow.
A shot of penicillin without insurance is $5 at some clinics. I'll take it. I'll catch the clap from her.
Oh damn. What's up, Solly Switch? Welcome in. Galactic Gaming Den says Goku's naive and Broly's a hothead. True, very true. Both socially, I would say, somewhat socially awkward, but like in different ways. Goku's more of an extrovert, socially awkward, and Broly's like an introvert, socially awkward. At least that's how I see it.
The only people Broly had to like socialize with was his dad and a freaking worm dog before it.
Yeah, exactly.
Are we really calling Broly a hothead? I mean, he was mad in a fight. That one fight, he doesn't get mad often. Are we really calling him a hothead?
Well, I mean, they showed that he was about to go berserk in the superhero movie too. Like,
yeah, he had to be controlled by his dad's necklace.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
which to some degree is on his dad, but to some degree
it's not like
Broly. On
Broly. It's not. It's.
I mean,
not
Broly
really
was
that.
kind of
It's
super
not
powerful.
really like
right?
Broly has to try hard to fucking snap Paragus' neck. He don't have to be pissed off for that to happen.
Well, like in the superhero movie, when they first show Broly, like he's about to rage out, and Goku's like, "Whoa, relax, relax."
Right.
Yeah. What about
I
it?
also see that as kind of like he's like really too powerful for Paragus, so he has that thing just in case it gets too much.
You could definitely see.
Well, that
too.
thing's
Don't
over
necessarily have
with
to be
now.
too powerful. He's also kind of like he doesn't, especially if we're talking about that time. He doesn't really have that much of a control of his power. So what might be just the slight, not necessarily I'm mad, I'm rageful, but just I need to put out a little power here, to escalate a little too far, and so that shock allows his body to reset.
Is it PTSD?
Not PTSD per se, but
it's
more
just
like
a really dumb concept. We're talking about a fucking
Doesn't have
metal
the power-
ring
control the power.
around the neck of a being that can destroy a galaxy with a scream. Like,
mm,
you know what I mean? Like, I don't.
mhm.
It's stupid. It's a dumb concept. They should have went with, like, I don't know. They landed on a planet where like some beings know some form of mental and so he just invades Broly's mind to
These
calm
aren't the
him
droids
down.
you're looking for.
Yeah, something like that. Some kind of Jedi mind. It's something simple like that, and everybody would have rolled with. But right now, they just got this necklace with a fucking taser on it. Cause this is a femdom relationship. They should put Paragus in fucking fishnets at this point.
I mean, their freaking Saiyan armor is like straight up lingerie. Might as well.
Yeah, for real,
That
he's
might
in
be
like
more what Twitch
panties.
is about.
They're all male strippers. They're all ripped, wearing fucking panties on stage and shit.
Some thongs.
Raditz even had the thing on his thigh for you to put the money in.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
What the fuck else would that thing be for right there on his thigh?
Mm-mm.
I don't know. To rest his scouter in or something. I don't know.
It's not like they use fucking throwing knives and shit. The Saiyans they had side gigs. They were strippers.
What's your power level?
Alright, well, final
69.
verdict. Final verdict is Broly, Beerus' reason for destroying planet Vegeta. Ordering Frieza to destroy planet Vegeta. And then we'll go to outros.
I'm going with yes, the legendary Super Saiyan is the reason Beerus wanted the Saiyans gone.
Alright, Brock Strap.
I'm saying no because I like the Squall's one-liner that basically pulled the whole argument apart, in my opinion, which was he wasn't scared of the Super Saiyan God, so what would be the difference to that degree? And that was Beerus before knowing the Saiyans, so like that one line to me was what makes me think no, not necessarily.
All right.
I'm gonna say no. I mean, at the end of the day, like I said before, Kid Buu is chaos himself, and the Saiyans didn't really care about anything. They were just destroying and taking over just because they can. And so, and again, I argued the point of Frieza is controlled chaos versus the Saiyan are uncontrolled chaos. So therefore, if I was worried about something more, I'd be more worried about the Saiyans than Frieza. So no, I think he was more afraid of their chaos, uncontrolled chaos than anything else.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna take a page out of Hunter's book, quote unquote. I'm gonna go with the correct answer. No, he didn't destroy the planet Vegeta or order Frieza to destroy planet Vegeta for Legendary Super Saiyan. I think it's a fun theory for sure, but I just don't think there's enough there to say that it was because of Broly and the legendary Super Saiyan myth.
All right. I accept y'all's opinions.
Alright, we can go into outros now. So, I am Squall
I got
Rush,
one.
gamer, podcaster, anime enjoyer. Hit the link tree for my other platforms, hit the buy me a coffee count, just in case there's no donate button. What's the outro question, 7 Ninja?
If the Z Fighters were to pick a Pokemon, which Pokemon would they choose?
Oh, yeah.
Are we just gonna have to go with our favorite, or are we just gonna have to list like all the Z Fighters Pokemons?
Just pick one. Pick one.
Goku's definitely picking Charmander, because orange and orange. Vegeta's with Squirtle, blue and blue. Piccolo's with Bulbasaur, green and green. And Gohan's got Pikachu, because he's yellow. Alright, go ahead. Who's next? 7 Ninja.
Yeah. Okay, I am 7 Ninja 7. You can find me at Game Jolt Mewey in Rumble. Should lead you right back to my Rumble channel. So please check me out there. I'm a Ninja Connoisseur, Anime Connoisseur. I enjoyed the Jiren versus Beerus fight conversation and the UI Goku. I thought that was pretty cool. The Pokemon that I believe Goku would have, more or less Whis, but kinda Goku as well, is Lucario. I mean, if you look at Lucario, the way he acts and all that, he's kind of very zen-y. He's kind of very calm, but he's a fighter type. I kind of see that idea. When it comes to Vegeta, in this particular case, I don't know. Vegeta wants to show himself
I'm
off.
looking for
He's
my
not really
phone
gonna
to
be-
look up these damn Pokemon.
It's looking like when I'm thinking about Vegeta, he's coming off to me as someone who's very prideful. Anything that he has, he wants to show off in some form of way, and he's looking for something with extreme power. And
He'd
this
have a
form of
luxury.
way, I think he would. I don't know. I think he'd have the God Pokemon,
Oh, Arceus.
the four-legged
Arceus.
Arceus. I think he wants to stand out. He wants to be that guy. That's him. That's him. Yamcha. Is he a Z fighter now? Are we still considering him a Z fighter? I guess we are.
Nah, he checked out. Yamcha said he checked out.
I'm considering
point.
a Z fighter still.
Yamcha gets that. What's that Pokemon? It's red
Matter of fact,
and white.
the
It's got
Z Fighters are who was in the tournament. That's who the Z Fighters
The
are
one
on
that
now.
explodes? Are you talking about Voltorb
Yeah,
or
that-
Electrode?
yeah, that one. Yeah, that one.
That's fucked up.
That's hilarious.
Followed by Piccolo.
either
Yeah,
that or
yeah.
Magikarp. Either that or Magikarp.
Because he flops.
Piccolo's kind of a Zen type as well. I'm actually a little bit surprised Piccolo doesn't do Ultra Instinct. He's kind of. I'm thinking Greninja with Piccolo, and Gohan. Gohan would actually want to learn something, or something that would really assist him with his work. And so, while I'm not necessarily sure of a really, you know what, Meowth. Not any Meowth, but Team Rocket's Meowth. That's what
The one
Gohan
that
did.
dared learn the language of
Basically
the
an
humans.
assistant. Is
That-
what you're
that-
saying. He
that
would just
one?
have an assistant.
Yes. Because he'd want to keep up with his learning, keep up with his studying. If he has to fight, that would be
Okay,
the
but
best
like
possible.
Meowth's intelligence, like, can he really be Gohan's assistant?
He's the
If he's
assistant
gonna
be-
basically to Jesse and James.
Yeah, and they're
That Meowth?
retarded.
Yeah, but he's held back by them. If you think about it, really, that Meowth was willing to learn the language of humans. That means he has an incredibly higher intelligence compared
Yeah,
to
you're
every
right.
other Pokemon in existence. Besides
true.
maybe like Mewtwo, but I don't see him using Mewtwo
They-
over Meowth.
That Meowth and Gohan could start a whole fucking thing with 17 in that park, and they could teach other animals how to talk.
All right, I think it's Brock Stropcoon's time.
Yeah, Brockstrat55. Find me on Rumble. YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, mostly Rumble though. If I'm not on any of the other platforms, you'll definitely find me here. So, I also have a new channel if anybody wants to go. If they've already followed me, that's great. But if they want to follow the channel, that's the one I'm going to try and be streaming off of mostly going forward. Rockstrap55 Gaming. And I would think that Goku would be more like Infernape. So it would kind of go off the same basis that you were going with Lucario. But since Goku's based off of Son Wukong, I kind of get those vibes also from Infernape as well. Vegeta probably wants something large and scary, kind of like Nappa as his underling, so I would think maybe Urzaring. With Piccolo.
Are you
Since
asking me or are you telling me?
Huh? Oh, I'm just saying what I think they would pick. So I'm thinking.
I got you.
With Piccolo, since he's in. Well, hold on, August, just a second, buddy. With Piccolo, I don't know. That one's a tough one. I would think maybe like Behiem. Kind of more alien-ish. Yeah, even though Vegeta and Goku are technically aliens, like if you were to look at all of them together, Piccolo's the one that really stands out, kind of like an alien. And then Gohan with his great ants. I would say Durant is the one that he's picking just for scientific studies.
Okay. Alrighty, chat. Well, that's everybody and their platform.
Hey, whoa!
Shoot them some
What the
follows.
fuck, man?
Wow.
Oh,
wow.
shit.
Oh, come on,
fuck.
no.
Well, it usually goes in a circle. I see me, Seven Ninja, and then we skipped Hunter somehow and went straight to Brock. So
I went because Ninja went to me first. He's like, Brock's Tropicon. I'm like, alright.
Yeah,
Where's
man.
Brock Strap Wukong?
It's so.
Well, we're just
I'm
gonna
over
skip
here
Hulk
looking
House,
up
is what it is.
Pokemon because I don't fucking know them. I'm describing them on Google and trying to. I'm like blue Pokemon with swirl on his belly. Like,
Poliwrath.
yeah,
Or Politoed.
exactly.
No, he's not.
Yeah, I'm Secret Code
Poliwhirl.
Sauce. I'm gonna start streaming on Twitch at Secret Code Sauce.
Don't get banned.
Yeah, I'll probably be banned pretty quick. I'll be streaming Rematch somewhere around 7 p.m. Central on weekdays. And so like I said, man, I don't really know a lot of the Pokemon, so I only really got a few, but I mentioned Poliwag earlier. That's gonna be Vegeta's. I think he's just gonna have like a little fighting buddy, you know. And then for TN, I got my champ. I'm pretty sure y'all can figure out why. For you know. For Gohan, I didn't go with the sciencey shit. For Gohan, I went with the Icarus vibes and I got Dragonite. Because he kind of reminds me of Icarus, I guess. And then who else did I get? I mean, look, if there's a Pokemon that can turn its trainer invisible with like some move, I think we all know that's going to Master. For Piccolo, I got Cypher.
Right there.
He's green and he's got these big blade hands. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Cypher. I got that for Piccolo. That'd be a nice little sparring partner and little partner in battle as well for Piccolo, I think. Especially, I mean, if he gets his arm sliced off, what the fuck, he can regrow it, you know? So, yeah, I think Cypher is a great pick for Piccolo. I didn't pick one for Goku, but I don't really think Gohan. Like, yeah, Charmander's a great choice for Goku, the colors and even the attitude, but I really kind of, even though I put Poliwag with Vegeta, I kind of see like a legendary Pokemon with Goku. I'm thinking the big dog thing with the it's one of the first legendaries I seen when I was a kid. He's a tall ass dog He's got these spike braces around his ankles. He's got brown
Hentai.
fur. He's got
Hentai.
like red. Oh, hentai. Okay, I thought that was a
Hentai.
porn category.
Hentai.
But hentai. I got you.
You shut your
I'll look
dirty
that
mouth.
up tonight. I will look that up tonight.
All right. Guys. Before we end this officially, though, and Kotos, are you done?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm done.
The last Pokemon we gotta choose is, if Piccolo's going to Aura Farm, what Pokemon is he choosing?
To Aura Farm with.
Lucario has Aura Sphere, so I feel like that would be a good option.
Dude,
Okay, no,
out here with
I'm
the Aura.
going with y'all gonna have to figure out the name of it, but he got yellow skin. He's got spoons in his hands. It's a psychic type.
Alakazam.
Yeah, that guy.
Nah, the only Pokemon I know that Aura farmed is probably Charizard. In the
No, Mewtwo.
The Mewtwo movie, like
Mewtwo himself
Charizard
had
first
aura
pulled
like a
up.
motherfucker, dog. Imagine Mewtwo and fucking Piccolo. I mean, Mewtwo would be Frieza's probably.
well, when Charizard first pulled up in the movie, he had that super close, like cool close up. Where he's like not even
Yeah, you
looking
ain't
at
lying.
Mewtwo. And then like
Yeah.
when he did look at Mewtwo, just immediately blasts him with some fire, and then like it didn't work, and he was like, whatever, spit some fire off to the side, like fuck it, I don't give a shit. Or
Yeah,
farm
you're
to
right.
max.
Actually,
I
I'll
don't
put
know,
Pikachu with Goku.
Brock probably has like more knowledge on like the shows and like who are farmed the most.
Not off the anime, no. I've just played the games mainly.
Alright, well,
So red.
Google says Lucario is widely considered the biggest aura farmer. His ability to sense and manipulate aura, a type of life energy. That doesn't sound like the actual reason, a good reason to be considered an aura farmer, but whatever. All right, well, that's the Great Nimbus Debates podcast. Thank you all for joining. Thank the panel. Thank the viewers for all being here. And we will catch you next. I think we're in the talks of probably doing like a Senzu Talks this Wednesday. Maybe, we'll see. And then next Sunday is Nerding Out, where we're watching, what's the show under Overlord?
Oh yeah, we watching Overlord, y'all. Isekai. It's an isekai anime. And it's with the Dungeons and Dragons setting for as far as the power system. And it's one of my favorites. It's in my top 10 anime of all time.
Alright, so we're watching we're not actually watching Overlord like on stream. We're gonna do like we're anime
reviewing
review of it, basically. So next Sunday, 4 p.m. Pacific time or 7 p.m. Eastern. Be on the lookout for that, and we'll catch you all in the next one. Later, peeps.